usually she goes a month. And what she has that happens, she gets the lovely hook situation, like major hook situation. So I'm going to try to keep this in frame. So you gotta help me. All right.
I get the raw hook.
The raw hook. Yeah. So these is only 2 weeks out because we planned to do it today, and it just happened to be that she only had to go 2 weeks. But usually, her nails, especially these ones, they grow really fast, and so in 4 weeks she'll easily be this far out, and they will hook down like halfway past her finger. So we decided it was time to rock and roll and give her a new set. So since I don't do new sets all that often, we decided that it would be great for you guys to see it. Hold on, I'm looking to see why it's supposed to be live on YouTube and I'm not seeing video. So I don't know why it's not working on YouTube. Sad. Settings. My foot pedal is currently broken. I think I hit it too hard, which is... I know. So, okay. I do not know why this is not working. So, I might try to disconnect. Hey guys, are you seeing video? Because I am not... Oh, hey! There it is. Okay. Good. Thank goodness. Thank you, Karen, for letting me know that it is live and you all see me. Yay! Hi! Okay. Why is that one red? The one facing me is red. Oh, maybe that means it's recording. Sorry, y'all. This is so new. And forgive my very straight up situation. I know it's been a month. I broke my back in October in 2 places. Real exciting. So I'm usually standing right now. I have a standing desk. I'm looking for my foot pedal. It's not here.
No, it's you can stomp until the cows come home. You're not turning your foot.
It's not here. Everyone say hi to Lexi. She's chilling today with me. So yeah, my foot pedal is currently out of service. So I have to do it old school and keep hitting the machine, which is really frustrating. But it might help some of you because sometimes people are like, how fast are you going? So I'll actually be able to tell you. I'm going about 3/4 away. So right now, these are 30,000 machines. So about 23,000 RPM right now. These were a fun set of stamping that we did, and we were messing with foiled stamping and mood polish. So there's mood polish under this. This is Scarlet Stars, maybe?
Yes, I believe it's Scarlet.
Scarlet Stars. So it's real dark on the tips, and her nail bed's warm, so it's real bright red. When I get through the stamping and kind of see it a little better. Nope, I'm going to go all the way through in no time. So we're actually going to remove her nails and do a whole new full set because of her hooking situation. So I'm going to kind of go through on what to do with a client like that. We don't do this very often, maybe once a year. You could definitely do it more often than that.
I honestly...
But she doesn't want to sit through the whole full set that often?
Like, we do them case by case.
Yeah, sometimes it's really just, okay, this nail needs to go and you need a new nail because the hook is beyond crazy. And so sometimes we'll literally just remove
one. Usually
this one. And sometimes her thumb just get way overly hooked. But this kind of gives us, with the holidays, gives her an opportunity for a set of nails that actually go out and not so hooky.
It'd be nice having a fresh set. I haven't had like a fresh set in a while.
Okay, so these are your job is to read.
Yay, another live. People are asking how you're feeling.
How I'm feeling. I'm feeling okay. The pain is a lot more manageable these days. I had just gotten a new chair, luckily, like right before I left on the cruise. In case you're wondering, I got thrown from a horse that decided it needed to race another horse. And I stayed on for a good probably half a mile. And then they decided they needed to turn after they went over these rocks, which I would have died had I fallen off on the rocks, but luckily I held on through that. And then they went to the desert and decided they needed to turn, and they turned kind of quick, and I couldn't hold on because it was the stupidest saddle. It was not a normal saddle. Like normally you have your horn, and it was like this big, and I'm like holding on. It was stupid. No, it's not normal. So I got thrown off, and it could have been worse. I could be paralyzed, and I'm not. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm not dead. Yay! Yay! Both positives.
It's very good because many people are saying that they miss you.
Oh, that's so nice.
And you've got another person that I completely agree with. You got Linda, and they're saying, Jess, I'm loving your nails. And yes, I was staring at those as well.
So I did them right before I was in Vegas this last weekend. And I did them right before I left. And I tried to just do kind of classic, like, sparkles with some tips, but I am all about the new pasties from Profiles, so I will be very shortly deciding which ones deserve to be on my nails, and they'll be covered in all kinds of fun situations because I love them. So they're the new, on my website, I think I call them Profiles Enamel, Christmas Enamel pasties, and there was like 15 new ones, and they are all like gold. You can show them.
There's so many.
No, not those ones. Flip to the enamel ones. No. Keep going. Those ones. See the shiny? Yeah. So I have a whole book.
I don't want to drop it.
I have the whole book. So I have a pasties book. And this whole book is all like holiday, Christmas, fun stuff. And all these enamel ones have like a gold outline to them. So they're so pretty and addicted. So I was looking, and there are like stockings on one that I saw this morning.
Oh.
And like this sleigh guy, I feel like my nail's like long enough. So I feel like there's things I need to do. I just haven't decided what yet. So there'll be more.
And now you're just going to fight yourself for forever.
So I'm not taking up 100% of her gel. It doesn't need to be. I'm definitely taking all the way down to the natural nail on the tip, and then shortening. Sorry.
You're getting me on everything.
I got you, too. Your little fingers sticking out. And then
nubby nubs now.
Yeah, and then I will file, when I hand file and reshape, I'll shorten these up because I really want them to be all the way to the front of her nail bed, because I want as long as we can get.
And for straight, right?
Yeah, so that we can get them straight out and that we can get the longest amount of time.
Debbie says, Yahoo! Can't wait to get mine done. Which, of course, like, everyone's excited to come here during any holiday because you have all of the options.
All the things.
Known to man, known to the world.
No, my desk is covered. I kind of leave all the fun ones out.
Worldville, like nobody's business. You come in with an idea and it doesn't always work out. And then Karen is saying that they're surprised you're already back doing nails, which I'm sure many of us really are.
I mean, alright, so here's the thing. I didn't stop. I didn't take any days off.
You did not.
I came back and went straight to work. Granted, I have my like, it's like RoboCop here. I have the bulletproof vest on, so I can't really slouch, which is good. I'm trying not to slouch, but I feel like RoboCop a little bit. And I just try to stay sitting up straight. Yeah, it's some special x-rays, those x-rays. I have a burst fracture on one vertebrae. T12, I think, is a burst fracture, which means it kind of exploded and there's lots of pieces. And the other one is a regular fracture in a couple of places. And then the main problem is that the space between those two are like next to nothing now. So I'm sure I'm shorter.
You really needed that.
Yeah, I really didn't. You know what's funny? So I get a standing table. So I have a standing table. Usually I do this part right now, standing.
Which has been a great improvement, honestly.
Which is good. It gets me kind of out of the chair because sometimes, I kid you not, I'd sit down and it'd be 3 hours later before I get up. So it kind of like forces me to stand up, which is nice. But I think the entertaining part for people is they don't realize how short I am until I'm standing across from them.
They really don't know.
And so they think that because I'm sitting here and I'm all straight up, that I'm the same height as them until they're standing across from me at the standing table, and I look up at them and I say, I know, I'm short, I'm sorry, I know. And they laugh and they're like, huh, yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I am. I know, I'm shorter. Alright, let me know if I get off center at all.
I would say that. This is all very new for me as well.
I know, all the things for you to watch.
Yeah, been like, what, 4 or 5 years now that I've been coming here, and for once I'm on a video.
I mean, I didn't do any for like a whole year.
That's true.
So I have to be real careful with her. She has that thing, and I don't know if it's genetic or if she has most of the time, it is a habit that they don't realize they have, and they pet their own nail like this, and they just do this all the time, and they don't realize that it causes that. So a lot of times people will see it on thumbs the most because people have an easy way of just doing this, and they create a hole in their thumb, and it starts out looking like that. So I get real careful when I'm going near her cuticle because it does that. The other thing that it causes is faster growing. So her nails on her thumbs especially will sometimes be just crazy long. Like in 1 month grown halfway off her nail bed. Because it's kind of telling her nail like, you need to grow, you're hurting me. So it grows really fast. It's just a subconscious thing. If you tell people they do it, they're like, I don't do anything like that. They don't know they do it. So you can try to fight it, it's just not going to happen. They don't know they do it. You kind of have to tell the boyfriend and be like, hey, if you see her doing this, tell her to stop. Because they're the ones that notice it, no one else is going to notice.
Huh.
But I haven't told him.
If they're observant enough.
True. True that. So again, her nail just hooks straight down. So the reason we're doing a removal and a full set is to dehookify her.
Yeah. It goes pure claw status. The clicky-clacky with the texting, it's definitely there.
Well, everybody has that.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's that much worse.
Yeah.
And then, say, using a keyboard at work and everything, that's the times that we've redone my nails and they're fully straight. It definitely feels different when I go to work the next day and I'm typing on the keyboard. The keys aren't in the exact same spot because I'm so used to curving.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can see when I file down, if I turn it this way,
Can't see.
you can see how it just completely drops down. Can't see filing angle. It's wrong. Oh, sorry. That's camera. That's where you need to be like, you're not in camera, see?
I'm seeing that now.
Alright, I gotta stay farther on this side. Help me out. My little camera arm doesn't reach as far over as I'd like it to. So trying just to be real careful with the situation here. Hi Charlene, thanks so much. You're so sweet. Charlene's like one of those nicest people you'd ever meet. Come to nail camp 2 times and she's just like so sweet. It's so funny. So when I move up, like now my face is like jacked.
It's here, it's there, it's
It's
everywhere.
here, it's there. Well, it's covered by the camera.
The other camera.
Yeah. So now I gotta figure out where I'm at.
Oh my gosh. So many different
Am I over here again? So do you guys have clients who have hooked nails? Is this what you do occasionally, give them a new nail? When it's only one, it's not so bad. And probably every 2 or 3 months, we definitely will replace multiple ones. Sometimes it's just like one every appointment. I'll just be like, this one's gotta go, and I'll take it off and just do a new one.
Yep.
But these were all getting to the point last time she came in that I was like, okay,
We're doing it.
they need to go.
We're doing
It needs
it.
to happen. So she is, she might have wanted a different shape, but when you have that hooked a nail, and you go to try to file the hook away, it's going to become an almond every time because you're filing away this situation. Hi, Cindy. Aww. Colleen's a shit boy. How dare you? I'm still working on a new camp location for next year. I know a couple people had asked me recently where it was going to be. The couple of places I really liked are no-goes. One of them, I know, one of them has like a school academy something or other. They do Monday through Friday, and they were really excited. They were like, we'd love to have you. You need to be out by Sunday afternoon. I'm like, okay, that's fine if we can do that on Wednesday. They're like, no, we have something Monday through Friday. I'm like, so you're saying you have Saturday and Sunday? And I'm like, yeah, that doesn't work.
So go back.
No. Thanks, but no thanks. And then the other one I really liked, they said that they only will cater to religious groups. So
Oh, okay then.
most camps, I get that. Like most camps we use are camps that are for church camp, but they usually will still let outsiders come in and use, and yeah, they want to rent the space out, so they're more than happy to take all our money, but so anyway, I'm back to square one looking for an appropriate place, and you guys don't need to send me places. I run sent some places and then I go check again and I'm like, oh right, I already looked at this one, because a lot of times they don't have the right kind of lodging. Like, I don't want y'all to have to be in a cabin where the bathrooms are not in the same building.
Oh no.
Yeah, so, and a lot of that stuff, the information is not always online. So then I go through emailing them and talking to them. And so it's a process.
When is camp? Which camp?
So I'm only going to do one next year in the fall.
Okay.
And it's going to be somewhere up here. I was trying to do Oregon. If I can find somewhere in Oregon, I will. But so far, I'm not finding a place that I like. So you guys can see here as I remove some of this old product very carefully, you guys can see how her nail fits. So this is the different appointments where she's come in and she's gone through her nail bed or very close to it. And so I'm just removing some of that excess gel so I can reapply. I don't always do that, but I wanted to show you guys what that looks like as it goes out. It'll go out okay. It's just what it is. And some people will think, oh, I can't do their nail because it does that. I'm like, it's always going to do that. They're always going to have that habit. I mean, you can try to work them out of it, but I've yet to completely get someone out of the habit. Sometimes you have occasions where you don't do that. I think it depends on how busy you are at work.
Me?
Yeah.
Like when you see my nails?
Yeah,
Or
because
how
it's
stressed I've been? Because
Right.
that's another...
Right.
Especially that thumb. That is a nervous tick of mine.
yeah.
As you start pointing it out and I'm like,
Can you
just
tell I was
wanna-
stamping red? You can also tell from here, I was doing a candy cane stamp situation. That was my last client. She did the bright silver glitter bomb, which is super awesome.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And then we used a stamping candy cane over it. I love it.
I love that too.
It's so pretty. All right, so we gotta make sure that we are in camera.
Yes, are we in camera? I think.
It's a little delayed, so we can't tell yet. My camera gets in the way of my disinfectant tray, so I have to be real careful to get everything out. All right, so hi everybody. I see you watching me. Oh. Is it just filing, but you were out of shot? Thanks, guys, for please let me know if we're out of shot. I'm trying to keep in it, and I'm trying.
I'm trying to keep track.
I'm
of
trying to
everything.
train Lexi.
I'm new. She's never let me be on video before, so like, we're all learning. We're all learning here.
Oh, let's see if that was a problem. I want it to be. There we go. I think that's better. Try not to have the other camera like in my face.
Not have the other camera in the other camera of the other camera of your face of the camera.
Right.
All the camera.
All the camera.
All the camera.
So right now I'm just prepping like I would if it was a fill and I had just removed just her old color. But then we're going to file prep, and then we're going to stick forms on and build new extensions. Hey, Bobby! I think there's both Bobbies in here, Bobby Street and Bobby Man. Hello, Miss Cindy. I saw your post about your pony. I hope the pony is doing better. Cindy has ponies and a zebra.
Oh,
She's
and
like,
zebra.
and a zebra. Zebrina.
Oh,
Zebrina's
I
a
love
zebra.
it even more.
Yes. I've gotten to meet Sabrina.
Oh.
And the ponies are very cute. She has like, people will meet her and go, oh, she's a great nail tech. She's also like a super crazy, award-winning horse person. Hi.
Wouldn't that be nice? Sort of like an equestrian?
She is an equestrian. She was doing something. Bobby says she loves my red polish. Don't you love how scratched it gets? Ugh, doing nails. So this one is my very well-used Sexy Claws. But the trick is I do a coat of Tantalizing first. So I have a coat of Tantalizing and then a coat of Sexy Claws. That's how you get my color.
Now, how different is the Sexy Claws versus the true red?
I did not. They're different in, you see it, right?
Yeah.
So the difference, I have all the glitters out right now, y'all. So I have the different, this is the Flare, this is the Beauty Innovation 354. I almost did this one because it is so rich and luxurious, but it's more of a cranberry. And this one is almost like a metallic, more like a...
That one just has me...
It's super metallic-y, which
melting.
I really like. That one's the Home Alone 353. So these are the other two that are also super popular this time of year. And there's a Lachette one that's been really popular, but it's almost exactly like this, so I don't have it in front of me right now. So the difference is this one's more of your ruby slipper, where your glitter is separated.
There we go. That's a bit better.
Okay. So this is like your ruby slipper where your glitter is separated, and this one's more of a metallic. Oh, no, I went out of camera when I did that. A metallic, like finer silver or finer glitter.
Yeah, so a little more chunky.
A little more chunky.
Silver.
Yeah, a little bit finer, a little bit more chunky. Both really popular, so I keep them both on my
table for the holiday
on my
season.
table. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah. Bobby says she uses Garnet over different reds, but that's awesome. Garnet is good. The newer version of Garnet, so Garnet used to be more of a cherry red, but it's actually got a little bit more cranberry to it nowadays. So Luscious is more cherry red though. So Luscious from Luxio is another really, really nice one. It's a little bit finer or separated glitter. So if you don't want it quite as solid as this, where maybe you want a little bit less glitter, Luscious has a little bit more clear base, and so it's not quite so in your face. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit more. So I'd say I'm about maybe 50,000. Sammy, yes, Sammy the pony. I saw the picture for a hot minute this morning. So I try to be real careful, especially on her nail beds, because she has that habit of rubbing them and creating holes. So I try to be real careful just to make sure everything stays happy and healthy as much as possible from my end. Can't help what she does.
Except tell the whole wide world I have a very bad habit.
No, I would never.
But as long as I guess some people can learn from it.
It's learning.
I wouldn't.
It is. It's
I
learning.
really wouldn't. I know you called me out on it a couple times. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I know I do some of it, but
I know.
a little bit more of explanation. Okay, my habit's still not going to change.
People.
It's not going to change.
Right. And I could.
So they got to get.
I could tell you till you're blue in the face, but it is what it is. This one's better today. So you guys see she doesn't have that. It almost looks like the nail bunches together in the middle, and she doesn't have that going on right now, so she's been better to this nail this time. That one she hasn't.
The left hand is always the bad hand. So
she's been better to this one, and every time she comes in it's different. So I just kind of go with it. But in general, it's not as bad. I don't have any of that discoloration down the middle that I had on this one, where I could see this one is damaged. And you can even see it changes the way her nail grows down. This one starts growing down a lot faster.
That more of that hook.
More of that hook. So it's kind of a combination of things, which is why we do what we do. Jody, what's she saying?
Oh, I was so mad. I could have sworn I had garnet in my cart for Black Friday. It didn't come. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, that happens. I had someone I shipped out files today. She thought she ordered 3 packs of files, and she ordered 3 files.
Yeah,
so she had to. Yeah, I think it happened a couple of times. So I sent her 3 packs of files today. She placed her order and left me a note letting me know that, oh no, I forgot. I messed up. Ordered 3 files.
I think especially during sale times, it's so easy to get in the bin, and
well, yeah, and you're not shopping in one place. You're like, okay, where else do I need to shop for whom?
Yeah.
So this cuticle right here is still not lifted. So I'm giving it a little bit more of a push. I want my E-file bit, this bit is designed to go really kind of right underneath the cuticle. And when I feel like I'm going over the cuticle, I want to push that cuticle back again and get a better prep, because this is prepping all that new growth. And when it's not lifting properly, got to give it a little bit more of a push and make it do its thing.
Whip it into shape.
It's my goal.
Well, you do very good at it.
Oh, thanks. So I'm going to be doing the full set today with Balance Foundation because I love it. It is so fabulous. That's why I was like, you should do a new set. And I don't mind it so much because I get to use it, which makes me happy. All right, I missed my foot pedal. Did I say that yet? I miss it.
You miss it.
Yeah.
When are you going to get a new one?
I don't want to have to get a new one, so my husband said he would take it apart and see if he can fix it.
When?
I remember. So
sorry.
Right?
It's not like he's not busy.
I mean, he did bring in my Christmas tree.
Yes, he did, and it looks gorgeous and wonderful and all beautifully set up.
It's like my neck. So he said he needed to blow the dust out of it, which, I mean, it's at least 10 years old,
fair.
So understandable. And so he was bringing his air compressor from the property, and I think the air compressor has arrived now. So
you just got to get around to it.
I figured I would just give him grace of one day. And then fix my foot pedal, please. So I remember when it happened because I pressed on it and it almost went click. Like it got stuck in the down position. So anytime I turned my foot pedal on, it was just stuck in the down position.
No.
So that's why he thinks that it's a dust situation and that cleaning it will make it, like, loosen it back up again. I hope so. We'll see.
Now, what isn't cool about your situation is the fact that it looks like, that delay and that lag.
It is a little bit lagged on YouTube. It's not quite as delayed or lagged on Facebook. So I'm apologizing to all of you if I do weird things.
Oh, and because of the lag, I look up and I'm trying to be like, okay, are we in focus? Are we in the camera? Are we
gotta look
here?
In this
are we
one.
there? Yeah.
So I'm working too close here, I need to move this here.
Well, and I haven't been on that side, so I couldn't tell you anything besides there we go. Yeah, okay.
That better.
She knows her workstation.
What? I mean, I'm trying.
You know it.
I'm trying. Yeah, she gets
these
nice.
cameras are new.
They are new.
How long have you had these for, then?
I mean, I've done like 4 videos with them, and then I broke my back, so.
Okay, perfect timing.
Yeah. All right, so.
Okay, I have a client with the same kind of issue with the thumb, although she would get a tiny vertical split in the nail.
Yes.
Gently buffing and covering with gel, they eventually quit splitting.
Yeah, so what that usually is actually a cell that's dead in the matrix. So if you think of a nail as a whole bunch of hairs straight across, smashed together, those are all your cells, right? if you kill one, whether you smashed it in a door when you were 8 or whatever the reason is, you now have one hair all the way down your nail that will never grow again. So if you think of it like that, where it's like a whole bunch of hairs, and those are your cells, and you kill one cell, we still have all the hairs except that one's missing, which is why some people have a split nail in one place for their whole life, because they've killed that one cell. So putting gel on the nail, even just a standard coat of Trinity, it helps it. But usually, if you take the product off, they're going to see that split show up again, because it's not there. It's not, you're not repairing it forever. You're fixing the situation.
Okay. Jody asked, can you repeat your favorite red/glitters again for Christmas so she can add them to the wish list?
Okay. So
we've got...
Yes. Lexi's going to do the Vanna White situation.
The Sexy Claws from... That's Profiles.
So yes, that's on there. And I suggest with a lot of these, because you're dealing with glitter, I do a solid coat of red first, and I love using usually Tantalizing or Vintage.
I know you've used Vintage on me a lot when I've done the reds.
Yeah.
So, and then there is the True Red, which is the Glitter Balm.
The Glitter Balm, also Profiles on my website.
This Beauty Innovations has the Xmas.
What number?
That is going to be the 368.
368. And that one's a little bit chunkier, but it's also a little bit more orangey, I would say.
Yeah. No,
so if you have someone who likes an orangier glitter,
like fire.
But that brush needs to be trimmed. It's super chunky. A lot of the Beauty Innovations are cool because they're super chunky, but when they come, it's like the brush went through the glitter a little bit too much. But yeah, so this is more of a fiery red, and it is got a little bit more chunky, which is nice. So that one's on my desk also.
Okay, and then we're going on to new Beauty Innovation colors that she's got. The next one is, the next two are kind of cranberry, like she said. The one is more holographic-y. It is the Home Alone 353.
You can stick it over my file if you want. Is that close enough?
Is that close enough? I don't know. Nope. Where is it?
Keep coming. This one lets you see.
Okay, that one. Well, I'm blind. I'm blind. Sorry, everyone.
That's okay.
So that's the holographic-y one.
Multiple things showing up.
And then the next one is the Home Alone 354, which is it Cranberry Merlot?
It's more
with
it's definitely like if you put it next to this, it's that richer dark cranberry color.
Yeah.
But it's a flare. So this one's your reflective colors, which I love the reflective colors. They're gorgeous.
And this one is
metallic, straight metallic.
All the metallic, which is
your jam.
That's my jam. That is my thing. I come in here and I like the holographic, metallic-y, shimmery, shiny. Oh, all the times I get so distracted. Are there any other reds besides the Tantalizing or the Vintage for the bases?
Yeah, Tantalizing and Vintage are usually my bases. Classy's also very good. I would say those three are your true reds. But those are the glitter reds that I tend to use. I think the Le Chat is called On the Red Carpet. So if you do regular nail polish in your salon as well, there's a perfect match from Le Chat that comes with regular polish and with gel polish. I need to check my inventory because I'm almost sold out of that one. I sold so many of them on Black Friday. Hey, Shamika, Carrie, Patty. Hi, guys. Hi, Lori. All right. Linda has responded on YouTube.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly what has happened to my right pointer fingernail, the split.
The split, yeah. Back when I was a brand new nail tech, it was probably one of the first things that I learned about because I had a friend, and she's like, I don't really want nails, but can you please fix this because it splits and then catches on everything and it drives me crazy and da-da-da-da-da. And so I learned about why it does that and how to fix it. And I said, okay, bottom line, it's going to split forever. And the best thing you can do is cover it and mend it as you have your nail on. And whether it's just a thin layer of a product, just as a base so that it kind of stays together, it will make a huge difference. And so you won't constantly have that split. But if it's just your natural nail all the time, the only thing you can do is just try to keep it as short as possible, and that's normally not anyone's favorite thing. So I said just a thin layer of a hard gel, and you're going to be fine. So technique like 30-day manicure that I do is the way to go. All right, so I am
Oh, and that's the
almost
annoying
done
part about when
prepping.
things split. Like, sometimes it'll happen, like you said. You can jam your nail, and you never know when it happened, what happened. It just happened. Seems like that's what Linda was sort of saying, is like, it split my nail, but only happened about 5 years ago, never knew why.
Because usually when you think about it, if you damage the matrix, how long does it take for that much nail to grow out? You're talking months. Usually 2 to 3 months, except for her because she's real special. But usually it'll take a couple of months for that nail to grow all the way out. So by the time it's grown out, are you going to remember something that you did in September? You know, from now,
Yeah.
you'll be
that's a
like,
good point.
okay, how did I hurt myself in September that now
It now shows its
it's
face.
showing up? So,
Cass says, hi, Jess. I can't believe I caught you live.
hi. That's what happens when it's late night nails. More people can tune in. And Lexi's my last, which means I can dilly-dally as long as I need to because she doesn't care.
Oh, I'd like to be asleep by 11. Our time.
I mean, come
however
on.
late.
How long do you think I'm going to dilly-dally? Not that long.
Well, you don't have a tramadol in you, so. Oh, my.
I have a broken back. And I've been working
Well,
all
you're
day
doing
since
very-
8:30 this morning.
You're doing very well, then.
Thank you.
You haven't talked my ear off completely. Oh, my God, I have nubby nails now.
Uh-oh. Try moving the camera.
Karen says, I like how you explained it. It makes it easy for us to explain to clients.
Good, yeah.
Yes.
I try to make it where it's a client can visualize it. And that's, so for me, you know, you think of nails and hair, they're both made of keratin. It's the same thing. So if you basically have a nail as a whole bunch of hairs, you're losing a hair. It's basically the trick.
Come
So
back a little bit. There we go.
thank you. Yeah, watch that
yeah.
one. Because
That's 3 screens I'm looking at,
she does.
everyone. It's
That
kind
one
of
has
difficult.
no lag, so I tried to move the camera off my face so that it's not in the way of my face camera. I used to not have a face camera. No one ever knew what I looked like, really.
Okay, so we got to come back a little bit. We've got Karen asks, if you were doing repair on a nail like that, say for a male, what would you charge?
If they were coming in for a manicure and it was just an add-on, probably $10 because it'll take you 5 minutes to buff it. And then if you're doing it for a man, do that thin layer of Trinity or whatever hard layer that you need. And Trinity is nice because it has enough flexibility that you can just do it as a thin one-coat system. Or you can do something like Options, which is a flexible hard gel. You could even use a builder in a bottle. Do whatever you want to do and then just buff it with a really fine buffer so that it looks matte and it won't look like they have anything on their nail. And they will love you. I've done that for guitar people because they mess
Yeah.
up their finger.
Oh.
So I've had
to
a couple of guys that I've done that for that play guitar. So this one likes to hook so much.
That
so
one?
it does. They all do.
I've never known that one to hook. I know that the pinkies start to...
They
Okay.
all do.
You know my nails better than me. I just say I want them to look pretty, and then I torture you with them. So thank you. Thank you for putting up with my raw claws.
Everyone, you need to appreciate Miss Lexi, even though I can't see her right now. I should do this. Say hi.
Hello.
Okay, so she, when I am gone for whatever reason, she comes in and makes sure your orders go out. So she's me when I'm gone.
And I do my best.
She does a good job. It
Sometimes
allows me to see the world here and there.
someone makes it a little difficult when they go, I don't know, to another country, and I have to ask questions in a different time zone.
That does get a little tricky.
We make it work. We've
We
made
make it work, but it just might be a one-day delay because
Yes.
I might be sleeping.
Which she doesn't do enough anyway. So when it comes to vacation, I try and leave her the heck alone. Linda says, I learn something new every time I watch. So thank you
Oh,
so
that's so
much for
great.
going live.
Oh, that's why I do it.
Karen
Because
says that
otherwise-
hasn't done nails or sat at her table for about 10 months since her eldest son passed away. Just can't deal with their emotions right now. Totally understandable.
That's rough.
That's very rough.
I mean, it is half therapy. One nail tech I know that had a really great sign once in her salon that said, I think it said therapy, $300, nails are free.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I just remember,
good.
like, when we were trying to get through all the COVID and everything, and you were like, we're working on coming back, and I miss seeing you guys and hearing about your
It's
events.
true.
Because it's true, you do.
These are my friends.
Yeah.
People ask me sometimes, like, are you ever going to stop doing nails? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I would be a hobbit. And I already don't really leave my house much because I work from home. And I feel like I would really never leave. So I like seeing my friends, and that's really the only time I get to see them. Is when I'm working.
Yes, which you do a lot.
So I am taking off most of her product, leaving the stuff in the middle of the nail. I don't need to take that off. There's no reason to. But the reason I'm doing, if you're just tuning in, the reason we're doing a full set is because she gets very, very hooked nails. You can even see just looking how it just comes straight down. So she always looks like she has a high arch, but if you look, you can see her natural arch is already high. But they just like to continue growing this direction. So in order to fix this, am I even in camera? So sorry.
Come back again.
I need to figure out how to make this better. All right, sorry. Her nails hook all the way down. So they will literally be doing this. And so I'm always fighting them to bring them back up. And after last time decided that it was time that she gets a new set. And we will bring them all back up and have them straight out for at least a couple of months.
Yes, and if any of you know Jess, you know that you don't exactly say no to her. So you go with the flow.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
My lovely nails are at the mercy of you at the moment, so it's always I don't really say no to you. And when you look at me and you say, hey, we're doing a fresh set, instead of me having to ask for it, I'm not going to say no.
True.
But
Sorry.
the way you put it, though, was, and we're going to book that right
And-
now,
and it
I'm
needs to
gonna
happen.
Do it, and
So I'm just being real careful with this one nail. You can't really get in the middle of it to prep it. It always tends to just lift in these little spots, which is why it was a different color when I was removing that. Just because it doesn't really bond down in the hole of holes. It's not all the way through her nail, thank goodness. She has nice, thick, natural nails. But it's there. So, all right. We are ready. After I've done all my filing, I always flip my table towel. That gives me a nice clean surface with no dust. Gonna give them a really good wipe. This is Prep and Wipe, about 75% and 25% acetone. Acetone is a really good dehydrator on the nail, and also I do a lot of stamping, and it allows me to remove any excess stamping on the skin at the end of a service. So the combination I feel like works great. And I still have stamping on these, so after I've finished on that, we'll just flip that over on the side that we didn't put on her nail and scrub my finger.
Karen says, I need someone else to do my nails. If I lived near you, I'd book an appointment with you because they need help. They are too much work for me to do them myself.
Yeah.
You have told me that so many times.
So many times.
Even when you do your nails. Like, how long does it take you to do
Way too
your...
long.
Yeah.
Too long.
Okay.
All right, so these are my favorite forms. These are the forms from Olena. My scissors I had new ones on my last class, and then I put them somewhere. And they got taken away.
And you let that happen?
I don't know what happened to them. They were, maybe I hid them so that they wouldn't get messed up.
Oh,
and
so
then,
you put them in a safe spot.
Uh-huh. Does anyone else do that, where you put it in a safe spot and then you don't know where you
And
put
then
them?
you'll lose it?
Yeah. Something like that. Okay.
That's typically what I do with the clipboards back there. And for some reason, they always...
I got yelled at last week.
What?
Where's my clipboards? My husband.
Oh.
Where's the clipboards? Because we needed to do a new accents order. And
Oh.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't have them. I give them to you after I do inventory. And I don't.
Dude, they end up all over the whole shop, just in most random
it's true.
spaces.
All right, so these are my favorite forms from Olena. They are really, really good and stiff. Did you guys just see what I did? I literally, and this, I'm still getting used to this technique. I took a class from Olena in September, and she showed that she just pokes this out. Pokes it out. And you'd be surprised how amazing that is, because it lets you cut your form without dealing with all the stickiness. You just cut it while it's still on the paper. I know. Simple. Simple, but mind-blowing. All right, keep reading the YouTube. So,
This is so helpful for me because my nails grow downward. Oh man, having the hook, it's
a specialty.
well, and okay, I never realized how much they hooked until I started actually growing them out.
Yeah.
I mean, so
When you first started coming, I think you wore them quite short.
oh, they were when even if I got past the nail bed, I was
yeah,
freaking
you were freaking out.
out.
And then you suddenly were like, I think I want to wear them longer.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I'll let them get long. Well, okay, you know what changed that? The COVID.
Oh, the
When I let them grow out and then off.
Everybody couldn't come in for
No.
2 months. All right, so when I'm putting her form on, because I've taken away all the free edge on purpose, so you don't need any free edge. You're going to do this if you're competing as well. You want to make sure you're taking all the free edge off. I'm going to just bump this form right up to the front of her nail and make sure that it's going to come straight out. Okay, and I can check it. Is it pinching at all? If it's pinching at all, they tell you and you just pull it. Better?
Yes.
She groaned. You have to listen to the groans sometimes because I don't want to speak words. Words are helpful.
I don't know. Those things clearly communicate. Who would ever really want to do that? Adults.
So again, I'm just
why?
peeling off. I didn't need to peel it that much. I did better the first time. But it's so much easier to mess with your form. So I'm just making sure that the form is coming straight out now, looking at it on the side, okay?
Do you know how hard it is to just like let your finger lie when there's like this extended long daddy long legs extension on it? It just feels weird. Oh, she's not happy with that one.
I want it to be shorter. Okay. Read my previous comment as to why you missed it. Read. You're failing your job.
I will always fail at this job, okay? So I love watching all the nail videos. I miss doing nails. My anxiety's through the roof. Thank you, Linda. The one where I need someone else to do my nails. I seriously think all of us feel that way, though. Easy for explain to clients. Well, and then we were in here we're talking about the cell breaking and and Linda was saying that's why I started using hard gel.
Yeah. Got it. You got it.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't fail. Good job. I brought the camera down a little bit so we're a little closer. So just keep an eye on that camera and make sure we stay in. So I'm checking to see the shape of this is much droopier than here. So I'm just going to go ahead and give my form just a little bit of a trim. So hopefully we can make it fit just a smidge better. Form fit is super important to make sure that they fit well. And these forms are just my favorite. I imported them. So these are from Germany.
What makes them your favorite?
The size is great. The shape that she has built into them, for most people, I rarely even have to cut. And when I do, you can do more. Now, because of the way her fingers are shaped, do you see how she doesn't have a lot of skin poking out on the sides? Whereas if you look at mine, do you see how much skin I have? I know, she just gave me a look. If you have someone where their skin puffs out on the sides, you have to make a teddy bear. And I will show you what I mean.
Yeah, I've never heard you describe teddy bear.
Because you don't
Well,
need it.
I don't need. Well, you've taught me a lot.
I know, but you don't need
I also
teddy
normally
bear.
ask a lot of questions. So if you had mentioned teddy bear, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, or
Yeah,
now,
so I can
close.
get a good shape, just salon shape, just like this. Now, if it was a competition nail, I probably would do differently. But for a salon nail, this is definitely ideal. It's able to come straight out, and I get a nice little bit of a curve. But if you've got skin that comes out on the side, does anyone want to see the teddy bear? I'll know if you're listening if someone tells me they want to see the teddy bear.
I want to see the teddy bear.
They have different words for it, relief cut. Some call it different things. When I went to Poland, she called it the teddy bear. So, you want to look down the nail. Oh, Stacy says yes. All right, Karen. For Karen and Stacy. All right, so.
And Carlette.
All right, and Carla. So this one, I can look here and see that there's a gap between the edge of my form and the edge of her nails, which means that I need to cut this a little bit deeper so that this form will slide a little better. It's a little closer. You'd be amazed how much time, like, Elena will spend cutting forms.
Really?
Yeah.
Perfectionism?
It makes me feel like I don't do enough. But that's why she's the world champion. That's,
Ashley turns around and says, I'm trying to watch what you're doing, but keep getting distracted by the red sparkle. LOL. Yes.
do you want me to put gloves on?
Oh, like you would really wear gloves.
I would.
Would you?
I mean, if I needed to.
You needed to.
I don't love it. Okay, so now I've got the forms that's coming both sides all the way over. So if you go to put it down and you squeeze your form down, but the skin's getting in the way, well, that's a problem, isn't it? So I'm going to look here to where the lines are coming up. And it looks like this one just passed the first line and this one just passed the first line. So then I'm going to make a teddy bear. So I don't want to remove the part that is going to go under her nail.
We're all learning so much, or I'm learning a lot. It's not like I'll ever utilize it. But...
I mean, this teddy bear has kind of big ears. You can make them as big or
Oh
little
my
as you want.
gosh. Okay.
Do you see it now?
Yes, I see the teddy bear now.
Yeah. So if you have a client and their skin, just like mine does, it poofs out, it's really hard to get the form sometimes to push that skin down and get the correct C-curve. So, by making the teddy bear, you line up where this goes, and you push on the sides there, and then I pull the form up. Make sure everything is good and centered, lined up.
Huh.
And that allows it so the skin can come through on the side.
Out.
And now you don't get a crease in your form. So, let me check this. This might be, we want to make sure these aren't going to hook. So I almost go a little bit. So see, I took a little bit, not the right perfect amount off on there. So I'm looking at it from the side, and I want to make sure that this is going to come out, and that when I do her shape, I've got a nice straight nail.
Everyone's like, no gloves. No, it's beautiful. Well, we got to give the people what they want.
I just don't. I know a lot of people when COVID, well, in Europe, people wear gloves a lot doing nails. It's very common. And in Canada, it's very common. I know some nail techs in the States have started wearing them a lot more. And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
I just, especially with long nails, like, and when I'm wearing gloves, depending on what I'm working on, I would just imagine it being like snagging. Like,
It's just
especially when it comes to
not,
fiber.
they get in the way.
Yeah.
I don't love them. I don't like my lack of feel when I wear them either.
Okay.
Like,
That would probably do it.
Yeah, the lack of feel.
Stacy says that she bought these forms but hasn't used them yet.
Stacy.
Jessica White says hello.
Hello, Miss Jess.
Stacy's asking, are you doing extremely long nails tonight?
No.
No. I still need to be able to function.
They'll be about the length that they were when I took them off. They're just not going to be hooked anymore.
No. And maybe pointier.
Oh, she wants them pointy.
I like a little pointier, like pointy.
Yeah, she usually can't do super pointy because
of
the hook. So it just ends up being a hot mess. So Don't let her do it.
Okay, after I got the COVID vaccine, I got all these other issues. One being my nails started growing downwards, and you mentioned
Haven't heard that one.
my pointer nail that has that hole that's right there. I noticed that after I got COVID.
Lovely.
I noticed it more after I'd gotten sick.
Yeah.
And that was something I had heard and read about, and that they had started to do some studies on or whatever. I just haven't gone too deep, but a lot of people had noticed that issues with their nails as well after being sick. I didn't notice anything with the vaccine, but mind you, everything was, if you've actually gotten sick.
Yeah, I didn't have anything weird happen. Just sick. Not near as sick as Jared.
Oh, rough. Yep.
He was man sick.
Well, yeah, man flu. Ashley says, my forms have never fit me well, but that teddy bear trick is so neat. Definitely going to try it.
Yeah, for sure. It is a game changer when your forms don't fit. If you have any skin that puffs up and you want to get a really good C curve, it is essential. Some will just do a relief cut where they'll just cut on the side here, but it doesn't really remove the form to give you that perfect shape. So it's almost a waste just to do a relief cut. If you're going to cut it, you might as well cut a teddy bear. Jessica, what did Elena call it? She didn't call it a teddy bear. She called it something else. She was at the class with me. She might remember.
Yeah, Stacy, so you came in late. We are working on we've done a full removal of what I had on, and we're putting a fresh set on because I get hooked nails. They literally will hook so much that I just call them my claws. I come in and ask her, just please remove the claws, which she's always like, well, if I do that, it's going to remove the length, and now I'm slowly getting used to length, so...
Yeah, it used to be no problem when she wanted them short. Sure,
I would have them wicked short. I wouldn't even know that they would curve.
But now she likes them long, and then with long comes curve.
And comes issues. So we are starting fresh.
Fresh. Lucky girl. Yeah, not doing extremely long. They're just going to be pointy. So she likes them pointy. So we're going to call them mini stilettos.
Ooh, I like that.
Because they're not like a true stiletto, but they're definitely going to be pointier than an almond.
Please and thank you. What are they watching? I wonder what they're watching.
I have no idea. But I thought Jared would be decorating still. I'm working, he should be working, right?
Well, yeah, and I don't know what we figured out for food.
I have no idea. I smell things, so
yes.
As long as my mother's not starving, all is well in the world.
There we go.
My mom's been here for 3 weeks because she had her second knee replacement. So
I saw her the other morning. She seemed to be moving quite well,
she's
actually.
doing very well. Her PT person says she's doing really good, and she's
yay.
been able to ride her bike forward and reverse.
Ooh.
And if G sees this, G is about to get or just got her knee replacement, thinking about you. Hope yours goes well. She's out in Vegas. She actually is on a similar medication that I was on, and she didn't go off of it early enough, so she had been checked in, ready for surgery, all the pre-op, and they were like, oh, you've been on Ozempic, and it's not been at least a week. Sorry, we have to reschedule your surgery.
Oh, that's rough.
It's because it slows down digestion, and some people still have food in their stomach, and they're aspirating. So it makes sense,
okay.
But her doctor should have said, go off of it a week in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my mom knew, so she was off of it 2 weeks in advance, and she can't wait to get back on it.
Well, it's not like I'm on anything, but I've been hearing that, like, depending on what surgeries come up and everything, doctors are saying up your vitamins or something, and one of my friends just went through a hysterectomy, and they said they upped her vitamin. They said, hey, you need to start taking, like, vitamin C more, and the vitamin D complex. We are... Okay, there we go, right in the middle.
I looked real quick and saw that I was not in frame. So sticky. So these Elena forms are real good and sticky, but sometimes I have to get them to not stick to my fingers so much.
A little aggressively on the sticky?
Yeah, but It's good because then they don't come apart.
It's neat.
Yeah, you don't want them to come apart. They stay
I
stay
always
put.
feel like I'm part of Halloween every time I get a fresh set. It's just
Halloween.
always.
All right. I feel like I always make such a mess when I'm
Well, it's forms.
on my
It's
papers.
paper and plastic and everything everywhere. Yes, yes.
It's true.
Okay, so is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie, a Christmas movie,
Halloween.
or both? Oh,
Let's take a vote.
let's take a vote.
I had to go back and check. She called it the Mickey Mouse cut. Okay, I
Oh.
could see that. Yeah. Jess looked it up for me because I could not remember. So she does Mickey Mouse ears. But she's real awesome about giving you guys a guide to remind you what you're cutting, right? So if you look at the forms, everything on this form is there for a reason. And these are to help remind you where you need to cut your little Mickey Mouse or teddy bear. But yeah, when I went to Poland years ago, it was probably 2017 or 18. I went and learned from one of the then world champions, Paulina. She's very awesome. So I spent 2 days in private training with her. And then the Indigo crew all came in for like competition training, which was crazy. Because their competition training is no joke, y'all. There's nothing like that in the States. Right,
So Stacy is voting that Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie.
Okay.
We've got Bethany saying both. We've got Linda going Halloween.
Okay, here's the question then. So this is how me and my husband have decided that movies are Christmas movies. And it became a subject because of Gremlins. Because he was like, it's a Christmas movie. Because we were at probably our first Christmas. I'm like, what Christmas movie should we watch? He's like, Gremlins. I'm like,
What?
it's so not a Christmas movie.
Okay.
And he's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. So we had this discussion, and I said, all right, if it has at least 3, like, long segments of Christmas music, then it's a Christmas movie. And he's like, okay, let's watch it. There's so much Christmas movie music in Gremlins.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I've never seen it, so I'm not a good person to... Oh, I'm getting the stank eye, everyone. Oh, you guys can see it. Okay, good. You guys can see it. She wants to kill me. Oh, she wants to stab me with a piece of...
How can you never have seen Gremlins? I mean, it's not my favorite movie, but it's a classic.
I am more of a TV show girl, so I will
That's no
binge watch a
excuse.
TV show, and then I will rewatch
But you've
that
seen,
after
like-
watching...
Back to the Future.
I don't remember them well, but I've seen them. I have seen them.
Still. Yeah.
And yes, Linda, that stupid enter key always just seems to float off on its own.
All right. I think that's good.
Okay, so what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Wow.
Rude, I know.
You know yours?
No one's gonna... Some people might agree, but I'm still quite young, and I love it, is the Jim Carrey The Grinch.
Oh.
I watch it every year without a doubt. It's just something that brings me joy. My parents also surprised me with that movie growing up, going to see it in the theaters.
I love the Santa Claus. It's classic. I watch that one every year. I mean, everyone loves Elf. You have to watch that every year.
I have seen Elf. Okay, I've seen it.
Okay, well, that's not even a question. If you hadn't seen Elf.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so hold on. Gotta go to one.
Okay, so let me talk
Technically
nails for a
Halloween.
second. Hold
Okay.
on. All right.
Sorry, we got started on Christmas, and
I
boy,
know.
everyone's agreeing Gremlins
I know.
is a Christmas
It
movie.
is a Christmas movie, but when I just did not.
And
think
yes,
so.
Karen, I'm a TV gal as well, so thank you. Thank you.
This Trinity is almost gone, and I had traveled with it, so it is grody, and I'm ready for a new bottle like
I
nobody's
can't.
business. Sometimes I send her, I'll be like, I need this, go grab it, because she knows where everything is. But currently, her hands are covered in forms, so she's like, I can't get you anything.
I'm not even sure I can drink my water.
All right, so I'm going to be using my 111 oval. Oh, wait, do I have my new?
one?
I know. I have this new one. It's really
Oh,
big.
new.
It's new. It's the new Gel 10. And I'm like, it's huge, but am I going to love it? Let's find out. So it's a new Ugly Duckling brush. Ugly Duckling has the most beautiful brushes.
Sorry, I'll
My
talk
Christmas much washer. See, no. It's a Wonderful Life is not wonderful.
But then Ashley's saying I'm an 80s kid, so Gremlins is definitely a classic, and me and my husband jokingly have the Die Hard Christmas argument every year.
If there's 3 music songs that are a full amount, not just like ding, 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 and that's it. It has to be like a nice scene or a big amount of it, then it's a Christmas movie. And Gremlins has a lot of Christmas music, therefore it's a Christmas movie.
Okay, so Gel 10 brush.
Yeah, Gel 10 brush. So this is a new Ugly Duckling brush, and I'm really excited to give it a shot. Whenever you get a new brush, you want to get all of the bristles. You want to get the cornstarch out of it. So that's why you kind of I play with it.
Cornstarch?
Yeah, so they're stiff when they're brand new. And they use like a corn, I mean, it might not be cornstarch, but it's a starch of some kind that's used for keeping the bristles together. I'm just going to use some Ultra Gloss real quick because I know I have more in it than my Trinity. Usually I just use my Trinity. And I'm just pushing, there's some glitter in that, just pushing my brush down into the bottom of the pot and letting it fan out. And it's filling with gel. So you want to make sure your gel brushes are always filled with gel forever. If you clean your gel brushes, then you're going to end up with the bristles getting really dried out and ruined. So I want just a little bit of a damp towel. I got a little bit more than I wanted.
Karen is asking, what is the difference between Balance and Trinity?
So Trinity has 3 things to it. That's why it's called Trinity. Try. It has your builder gel. I'm sorry, let's start from the beginning. Bonding gel, builder gel, and top gloss in one. Because you have a bonding gel and a top gloss in it, both of those tend to be a runnier consistency. So it will be a runnier gel than your Balance is. Your Balance is a thicker gel. And Balance is good for building a nail. I don't want this one. I got out the wrong gel. This one. So we're going to be using Balance Foundation Blush, which doesn't have bonding gel in it. So Balance is only for strength. There's no bond. So you want to put a bonding gel on it. So I'm using Trinity because Trinity has bonding gel in it. You can use it here. You can use X Bond if I want to. I can just grab some X Bond. I usually just grab whatever is like right in front of my eyeballs because that's how I work. And I don't use X Bond all day long, and I use Trinity all day long. So if I need to build a nail, a lot of times I'll just grab Trinity. But X Bond is also perfectly adequate and quick because you don't have to use your brush. All right, so I just want to make sure that this is there. So one reason I would use Trinity is because I'm going to build an extension. And I always like to actually build my base of my extension onto the nail.
Do I cook it?
No, not yet. Okay. I'll tell you. I'll shove you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll shove. So, because I want to build my free edge with Trinity, it kills 2 birds with 1 stone to use Trinity as my bonding gel. Or I'd have to go through, use X Bond, and then come back and do my free edge with my Trinity. So I'm just doing a thin layer of Trinity for my bond. And this is because this product, the Balance Foundation Blush, has pigment in it. And I want to make sure that there's always a clear layer underneath anything with pigment so that if for some reason it's not cured entirely through, if I put too much on there, then it don't take the form off and have like goo coming through. So if you're an old school nail tech like me, from back in the day, we used to do a lot of pink and whites. And you would put white product on the nail, and if you didn't put a base of clear on, which a lot of times we didn't do because you don't want too much thickness of your clear base under your white, because then when you go to finish file your white, you end up with balding of white. So a lot of times people just didn't do a clear base, but if you did your white too thick, then you take your form off and now you have like icicles coming down. And that was just a mess. So maybe a little bit out of habit, but I always will build my extension with a thin, no, leave it alone, a thin layer of Trinity.
Karen says that she's used Trinity and bought Balance but hasn't used it. And she has Balance Pink, also has Balance Blush, Enhance Pink, but haven't used them yet.
So I recently, this nail wanted to move on me. Oh, I should set up the new lamp.
Oh, Lord.
Well, it's the new Koopa lamp. It flash cures, and I could just like touch it and it flash cures. It's pretty rad. I'm
See,
excited.
last time you used the small one on me and you're like, oh, look at this, it's a new toy. It burned like a mother.
Because it's a real good flash cure.
Your wife likes to torture me.
Jared came to say hi,
Hi, everybody.
and he wanted to turn my heater on, and I said, no, I'll leave it alone. That was that comment.
No, touchy.
He knows I'm normally cold, but I'm just going to freeze that for a second.
How the heck?
Normally I'm cold, but right now I'm fine. Okay, come back. We're just flash curing it for a second, and there isn't even much on her nail, but
I am a wussy. I will admit it. Hello, world. I am a wussy.
anything that gets warm. So we flash cure normally for just a second or two for her. And she normally doesn't cry too much
Too much.
about it.
There's days where I'm fine and I'm like, wait, is this thing broken? And then there's days where I am not fine. And I realize I am back to me being me.
Yeah.
Why are you doing a whole new set?
Because I have hooking claw nails,
She does.
and she said that she got sick of them.
Come.
I am trying to focus so I don't burn, okay? I am...
You can focus after you give me your hand.
See that? But no, I get the claw nails. So she looked at me and said, you know what? It's time to redo all of
It
them.
was time.
Wow.
They were,
Is that where this starts
Impossible.
to curve or something?
yeah, they
Yes.
hooked real
Oh.
bad.
Mm.
And real bad.
And it was to the point where I was going to have to either replace like half of them or just be like,
Now we're just doing them all.
do them all.
How often do you have to do that?
Well, this is my first full fresh set in a very, very long time.
Yeah, I usually just take off a couple at a time, but I think it had been a while since I took off a couple,
It had been...
and
I
so
was
they
for a
needed to
while.
be redone.
She looked at me and she said, we're doing it. And I said, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so some nail techs will be very strict with their clients who wear coffin nails for kind of the same reason. You can't your coffin nails are not going to look the same 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out as they did when you did them fresh, because as the nail grows out, you're losing that correct shape because the natural nail is not coffin shaped. So some nail techs that I know, hi Ellie, will require their clients to get a completely new set every couple of months if they are wanting to wear coffin nails, because you can't get the shape that you want when you're doing that. I'm a big fan of this brush, y'all. It's kind of nice. It's got a nice
I've never
like.
seen you use that big of a brush, like that long of a brush.
I haven't owned one this big.
Really?
No.
Okay, well that would do
This
it.
is new.
New, like new.
New, super new.
Super duper new, people.
Super new. And I'm
Are we gonna
liking
flash
it.
these at all?
No.
No? Why? So why did I have to flash the other side?
Because that form was trying to move on me, and I wanted to make it stay in place.
Okay.
That's why.
See, I ask questions throughout. I don't always just... Okay,
That's
I'm
all
just
right.
not totally submissive.
People are probably happy when you ask questions of why I flash cured that one and not this one. Because this one, all your forms are in the exact right place. That one form was trying to move on me, so I wanted to get the gel on there and get it in the light before it moved.
Oh, Bobby did a long comment.
Oh, goody, read it.
Oh, well, it says see more. So it says, I love the dialogue. My husband is always telling me I'm mean to my clients. We have similar dialogue. You can focus after you give me your hand. Yes. She's
love
aggressively
it.
helpful. I like to put it that way. She's aggressively helpful. Mm-hmm. And mind you, it is her shop, her business, her livelihood, her...
I own these nails, you just rent them. That's what I think.
Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Right?
I've only
Sure.
ever broken 2 of your nails.
I know, it's rare.
And really, the second time was only because, again, grow out from not being able to come see you.
All right, so now that I have Trinity as my base, and the reason I used Trinity is because I wanted to build a little bit of an extension. I could technically pop off these forms right now, but I don't like to do that because I am not perfect. And if for some reason I miss a spot, then I have a problem and I have to put a form back on. I'd rather not do that. So now that I have a base of Trinity and it has bonding gel in it, I'm going to go ahead and use my Balance Foundation Blush. I just discovered this in September when we were at Accents because Elena used it and I'm like, excuse me, what are you using? Because I had never seen it. The original Balance Foundation Blush, the first one that they came out with, was horrible. It was so thick, I couldn't move it around, it didn't cure. I got one jar when it first came out and I was like, this sucks, I'm never using it again. So when she got this out and she was moving it around and using it, I'm like, I've never seen that gel before. Tell me this gel. And she's like, oh, it's Balance Foundation Blush. And then I find out that so I was like, look, y'all, if you do a major reformulation of a product, can you please tell me? Because it's amazing. Do you see how beautifully that went on? You might not have because I don't know if I was in the camera. So I'm going to do the next one. All right. So again, I'm going to take a nice big dollop and I'm going right in the center of the nail, kind of where my stress area is going to be. And I'm just gently push, and this big brush is really nice for this. So I'm just gently pushing my gel back and forth and then floating it down to create my tip. And she wants kind of mini stilettos, so we're going to give her a pointiness. And I want to make them just a little bit longer than I think we're going to be going with, so I have something to file.
Okay, I got some questions coming.
Perfect.
Karen, can you explain Enhance Pink and Balance Blush? I'm assuming blush and clear are same except for the pigment in blush.
Correct. So Balance is the same formula base. So all the balances, whether it's Balance Clear, Balance Foundation, all of them are made from our chemists with the same base gel. That's kind of a medium viscosity gel. Enhance is a runnier viscosity gel. Very similar to Trinity, but a little bit different in one of them is harder and one of them is a little bit more flexible. And I, for the moment, can't remember. Jessica White, look at your notes and tell me which one was which if you remember. Because I don't really use Enhance very much and I can't remember if it's because it's more flexible or if it was harder. I feel like it's harder.
I think it's harder.
And I like the flexibility that's built into Trinity because it gives it a little bit more strength in reality. Just because something's hard doesn't mean it's stronger. Having that extra flexibility, you get less breaking because the nail will move a little bit more.
Can you remind us what brush you're using?
I am using the Ugly Duckling number 10 gel brush. It is a brand spanking new brush that I just got on my website right before Black Friday.
Karen says, because I just bought a new oval. I think it's the 110, but I don't remember the number.
So the 110 is the Accents brushes, and they're much smaller. This one is massive. Accents does not make one this size. And when Ugly Duckling came out with it, I was just real curious. So that's why I put it in my drawer to give it a shot. And I kind of like how it moves this giant amount of gel around. My favorite old flat brush from Accents used to be called the Grand Oval, and they discontinued it a couple years ago. Made me real sad. But it was similar, like I always use a flat when I do a fill. So similar to a flat, but it was oval. I wouldn't use this brush probably for a 30-day manicure fill because it has a belly in it, and oval brushes always have bellies, which is fine for sculpturing and moving gel around for a full set. But when I'm doing a 30-day manicure, I want to glide over the nail, so I need to not have that situation.
Okay, Linda, Jess, are Ugly Duckling nail polishes 100% gel or a hybrid?
They are 100% gel, not hybrid.
Karen says that she bought that Balance brush after watching your live about it.
The Balance Foundation?
Blush.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
And blind and colors and light and everything.
All the things, yes. Yeah.
She says she doesn't remember why she
love
bought
it.
the Enhance, but I think that's...
I might have talked about it.
Yeah. Seems like anything you talk about just flies right off the shelf.
Well,
There's been times I've been in the back and I'm helping her out and stuff. And I'm like, wait, did you do a video recently about this? Did you post about it? Did you say something?
That's not why I do videos.
Yeah. Well, no, but...
Okay, this is an in and out. 2 seconds in and out, please. and then keep it out 3 times as long. I have to train her again every time. Did you just say mean words?
All I said was shut up.
So,
With love.
is this thing in my face? It is. Camera's kind of in my face again. But as long as my nail is in the middle.
I mean, I see a nail in each film, and I'm also trying to get mine in to let it cure and bring it out.
So the trick with this is to make sure that you don't do it so thick that it doesn't cure. Real important to make sure it cures real well. So far I haven't hit where I've under-cured it, so that makes me happy. They definitely improved it from that first batch. I bet I still have it somewhere, that first batch of Balance Foundation, you guys, and it was
atrocious.
Horrible. No one would ever use that.
Elizabeth says hello.
Oh, hello, Elizabeth.
Do you use the 111 for the 30-day mani?
Use the flat. Is that the 111? Or is that the 112? This is my one that I'm currently using. 106.
So 106 is what you use
That's
for
my,
like
that's
your
my
30-day
all day,
mani.
every day, 30-day manicure. Yeah. And I'll probably actually use it for my second step here.
Yeah, I'm noticing
I'll
that
show
you're
you
doing
why.
it in a couple different ways. Karen says, I'm sure it was after one of your videos because I've learned more about Accent's hard gels from you.
Good. Yeah, and a lot of people are worried that they're like, there's so many, I don't know which ones are for what. And I said, they're not necessarily like that. Like, you do not have to have all of the gels. There's no reason that you have all the gels. They are for different nail techs. If you like a really stiff gel, if you learned sculpturing gels with a stiff gel back before anyone created a 3-in-1, I've been around that long, you might be used to a stiffer gel and you don't like runny gels. It was extremely hard for me to get used to using a runny gel. I fought it like nobody's business because I did not like it. And this one is very similar to me, almost to natural. And everybody knows how much I love natural for so long. I still sell natural pink in my shop for those that still love it because it is a medium viscosity that smooths out a little bit. It's very similar to this. It's just that real kind of creamy, moves really nicely gel. I love this gel. It does all the things I want it to.
Linda says, okay, thank you. I thought they were. I was watching another tech video who sells Ugly Duckling, and she said they were a hybrid. Thank you for the clarification. Whew.
I have been told they were not a hybrid, so I will check and I will post in the comments. If I am wrong, I'll ask Christina, but it is my understanding they're not a hybrid and also HEMA-free. So for those really worried about HEMA, your Ugly Duckling is HEMA-free. So
What's HEMA?
it is a chemical that, even though some Accent still has HEMA, it is in such a small amount that it is considered by Canadian Health that it's like basically non-detectable. So it's a very, very small amount, and it's not even in all of their products. It's in a couple of them. They've been slowly using new products and reformulating to remove it completely. So a lot of them are, but there are still a couple that still have a little bit of HEMA. But again, my lovely friend Paula actually has researched this and can tell you the percentage of HEMA in Accent's products and how unbelievably low it is compared to things that actually have like HEMA issues. So it's like, it's there, but it's kind of not.
Okay. Elizabeth says that natural pink is her jam, and Stacey
Right.
says that I love natural.
Natural, and this is very similar, and so that's why I took to it like water. I love it. It's just that really nice creaminess. So I'm just gonna, that's it for cleaning my brush, and I'm gonna put it back. It has a nice little case. And the second coat, I'm going to use just
I
do
gave you my
it just
hand.
like my 30-day manicure. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of gel, go right and push it. Yes, she's been on a video for this. I know you have.
No, I've never been on video ever before. I've just, I don't know, 4 years been watching you do it, and I ask questions. And
All right. Maybe she's watched the video.
oh, yes, I have watched the video.
Push it up towards the cuticle and glide it down. So I've built most of my arch already. I can check from the side and see if I need anything else. But for the most part, all I'm doing here is just finishing out my nail. Why don't I do it all in one shot? I find that I will often end up with too flat of a nail if I try to do both or the entire nail in one shot. So it is easier for me to do my extension and my arch in the first step and just go around and do the cuticle area and brush down in the second step.
Stacy's asking, what is it called again? Balance?
This is Balance Foundation Blush. So on this one, looking at it from the side, you can see that it dips down right here. That's not going to give me enough product to get a shape. So I'm going to add just a smidge more to make sure I have enough to get a shape, but not so much that it's not going to cure. Very important, curing.
Amy says, hey, I could watch you work all day.
Oh, so nice.
You know, when you did videos a little more regularly, and I was working at the dive shop, I would actually, when you went live, I got notifications, and I would watch you work while I was working.
You were like 3 doors down.
Yeah, well, still. And then I got inspiration for some nail colors every now and again.
She could have just come to watch. The dive shop was 3 doors down from my old shop.
I wouldn't have been able to get paid at the same time.
Oh, I guess that is essential.
I don't know. I'd like to eat. Food's important.
Yeah, something like that. How's the quality, everyone? I was tried to make sure that on all the different streaming platforms going on tonight, that everyone's quality was coming through good. So hopefully it is all coming through. What?
Oh, Linda says, haha, me too, Lexi. Yes, food is good.
I like food.
Yeah. You know, I am so easily motivated by food. You know this. Mm-hmm. You have witnessed it.
She had some of my Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh. Well, and I remember, a couple years ago was Friendsgiving, because you guys...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and we were here for that. That was my first introduction. So when you were like, hey, come help with the Black Friday sale, and I'll feed you. And I'm like, don't have to tell me twice. I was going to be here without food anyways. But, I mean, bonus.
I like to cook.
Ashley says, I'm surprised it's such a smooth gel, but you can do all 5 nails at once and it doesn't run.
Yes.
Sorcery.
It is beautiful. When I saw Elena using this in class, I'm like, I must have this in my hands right now. So I like to do it, and it's really fun to use, but I don't do full sets very often. I mean, I might do a full set once every couple of months. So it's kind of fun to get it out and get to use it because it's not a gel I would use for a fill. I use Trinity for my fills, and there's really no reason to use this gel for my fills. But it's real nice to use, so it's kind of nice to use on a fill. On myself, if I had time and I knew I was going to finish file, I might use it just for the heck of it because it's so nice.
Uh-oh, Amy's my sound went away. I have refreshed and all. Am I the only one?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Well, it looks like, according to my thing, I have sound, so.
Oh.
That's Amy Masters. Hi, Amy. Oh, no.
Teresa says, I've been doing nails for 37 years, and I still learn something every time I watch your videos. Thank you so much for sharing your experience and knowledge.
Oh, you're so welcome, Teresa.
On the side. Yep, I'd watch Jess while I was working. Yep, it's a nice little treat. Michaela, yeah, how come you're able to go sideways?
Because it's awesome sauce. It's not Trinity.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. Awesome
Yeah,
sauce
okay,
gel.
so Trinity does run.
Trinity runs. That's why I have to flash cure after every single nail.
That's why
this is
so
like natural.
lost.
This is like natural. Where natural you can apply and it'll just not move on you. See that?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I do see it. I'm witnessing it and I'm confused.
It's awesome.
I agree. It is sorcery. Okay, Elizabeth and Bobby say that they have sound. Don't know what's going on then, Amy.
All right, Amy. Sorry, girl. Not that you can hear me.
That, right?
But, you know. Yeah,
Oh gosh, dang, do not disturb kicked in. I can hear again. This is what we do when we try and be adults.
when you want to sleep.
Yeah,
Weird.
why? Well, you don't do that anyways. You want to. I'm sure you want to.
I slept like
Stacey
6
says
hours
this
last
doesn't come in clear. Does this not?
It does. Balance comes in clear, but it doesn't. I feel like the pigment gives it a little bit more creaminess. So it does come in clear, but it's not quite so creamy and luscious. But it will move around, and you can do all 5 nails. So it does come in clear, but once they've added the pigment, it gives it a little bit more finesse.
I also don't know what I'm looking at, so I'd be thinking of using it as like a guideline in a way. How deep did I go? How much have I built?
I
Just by looking
mean,
at the
yeah,
color.
some people like to
You're
use the
gonna
color just because they
hate me.
can. How did you do?
Tapped a nail. Oh god.
It's okay.
I
will
told
forget
you
that.
about it. I told you about it. Oh man, I always used to be so scared. I wouldn't tell her if I boo-booed, and then she'd be like,
So she's been going in and out consistently. If you're ever worried if you have a product that's cured, old school way of doing it. Give it a click, 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 click. And sometimes I'll do it on the side of the thumb just to make sure that they lifted their thumb. Because if sometimes they have a roll down thumb and they don't lift it, they don't get any curing. And it'll make a thud instead of a click. It's just one of those weird things I do that you haven't noticed.
Never seen you do that before.
Because I don't have to do full sets on you that often.
Okay. I can't.
And I don't do it unless it's full set.
Dang, that's super sticky.
It is super sticky sometimes. I
Dude,
can't-
okay, if you guys ever use these on your clients, I swear, it's going to be like doing paraffin wax on them in a way. It's going to be like a nice exfoliant and any dead skin.
But
ain't
you
gonna
need
be
it to
there.
stay. Like, it's, but here's the deal. As a nail tech, I'd rather peel off a little bit of stickiness than have my form move on me.
Yes.
Because that's really annoying.
Linda just said if looks could kill.
Do you guys like this camera right here? Well, back in the day, they saw no face.
Yeah, now they do.
Now you see me.
So, if I end up with fabulous nails in a coffin, you know why.
Wow.
Saying. If
I'm
looks
not
could
that
kill,
mean.
I am.
All right, we're going to give them a quick wipe, wipe, wipe.
Okay.
Wipe,
I learned about Jess from Sarah with Polished Pinkies Pro. I think
Oh.
she told me she learned all about accents from you, so that's how I learned about accents.
Okay.
That was right after I got licensed in 2016.
Welcome to the land of nails.
Would you do a new full set for ski jump nails too? What's ski jump?
Usually, so their nails do this.
Oh.
So I have one client who has ski jump toes. I kid you not. And she has to shorten them all the time because they will grow out and immediately do this. So I shorten it down to nothing and then put a little gel on them so it looks like she has a regular toenail because they just do this. And I do have to redo those every 6 to 8 weeks because they just, any growth and they start being funky. But with hands, usually I don't have to do that. So I would say no. But it depends. I mean, I have a client right now who wears hers pretty long, and I've offered to redo them because they do, if you look at them, they don't come straight out like that. They do kind of angle up. She doesn't care. She's like, they don't break ever. They're thin, and unless it's her or me, nobody notices. So she's a bartender even, and she doesn't care. She's like,
Well, it's just
"No."
like my claws. It's really only you and I that notice them. Everyone,
Yeah.
they always end up so sparkly and bedazzled. No one notices if they've come out a little clawy and when they grow out.
Yeah.
Jennifer says, "Hi, I've never actually caught a live."
Well, it helps that I'm taking my sweet time today, huh?
And that it's a late evening, so it does.
It's a late evening, and I'm getting to hang out with Lexi and all y'all, so I'm just like, la-di-da, la-di-da. This is definitely a slower speed filing than I usually am cranking it out. So I'm going around the cuticle, making sure that we're totally blended all the way down. Checking my sidewalls, giving it a nice shape on top, looking at it from the side, seeing that it's way too high right there.
Linda says, I have one toenail that's ski jump and I hate it. Oh, yeah. And Michaela says, yeah, the one gal I have has severe ski jump.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it gets real bad on one nail and I'm just like, can I please fix this? She wouldn't care. But most of the time, she's used to it. I'm used to it. And I think it's mostly her pinky that's the worst one. She's actually one of my clients who went to nail school.
Oh.
How many nail techs out there that are watching have had clients go to nail school because they love their nails so much? And then how many actually go out doing them? That would be a 0.
Jennifer
I've had a
says,
couple.
can you use Balance today, please? How is the consistency? Balance was used.
Yes, I use Balance Foundation Blush. I didn't use Balance Clear.
Consistency was,
It's a medium viscosity.
looked, and again, like you say, creamy.
Can you use nail kit tips under Trinity? Abso-freaking-lutely. In fact, I'm working on putting together a training for you guys. For those that really like the technique where you use a gel to attach tips, you can use Trinity to attach tips. And now that I have the new Koopa Duo lamp, which is super awesome, it lets you hold a tip down and touch a lamp and hold it and it will cure. It's a table lamp and a UV lamp. So you can cure your tips as you're holding it. So I have tested it on myself and I've attached tips with Trinity. So Trinity is the glue. And then did a coat of Trinity over the nail and they held up great for 2 months. I didn't do anything with them. So I've tested it. It works really, really well. I kind of need a guinea pig to do a full set of that on to show everybody. And I want to put together a kit so if someone wants to be able to do that. Because it's product from 3 different companies. So Uber Chic has the full coverage tips and Koopa has the lamp and Accents is the Trinity. So I literally use 3 different companies of products that I sell to be able to do that, but the combination of all of them works beautifully. Sometimes one company just doesn't have everything that I want to do, which is why I carry all of them, you guys. Like, if there's a company of stuff that you guys like and you're a usual shopper at my store and you're like, oh, I wish Jess carried this so I didn't have to go buy it somewhere else, let me know, because if it's something I like, now Lexi just got real mad right there because she knows how like packed the shop is right now.
Don't ask, avert your eyes.
But my goal is to make it so it's kind of a one-stop shopping so people don't have to pay shipping from 3 places because I don't like to do that. So I'm pretty sure other people
cares
don't like
about
to do
y'all. She really, really does. Okay, we got some questions coming.
Good.
Randy, did you just use Trinity to prime natural nail before Balance?
Yes.
Okay. Amy says she wants to be your guinea pig for the tips and the nails.
Well, come for a visit.
Jennifer asks, when she comes back, will you fill her nails with Balance or Trinity?
That is a really good question. Trinity every time. Because there's actually no reason I need to use Balance again. I'm not doing it necessarily because there's a difference in strength. I use it because I really like to use it to build out a nail, but I do all my fills with Trinity. So I'll be going straight to Trinity. If for some reason she was someone who was like, I want my nails this color every time, just like this, I guess I could use Balance Foundation Blush, or I would figure out the matching Trinity to this. Trinity has 6 colors, and I'm sure one of them, probably the SN1, is
That's
probably
a little dark.
It's a little dark, but you're looking at a lot more pigment than I would have on because it goes on very thin.
Well, right, because if you're doing
So when I put it like this, it's not very dark.
You're
So
not doing your build.
yeah, so if you do that, it's very similar. I would probably use that for my fill if someone was like, I don't want to wear any color, I just want to fill, and you want no polish, no nothing. I don't have anyone like that. But if you did and you just wanted to do a Trinity color, then you can use Trinity SN1 and it would be very similar.
Okay. Linda asks, Jess, for my ski jump nail on my toe, how would you apply the gel?
So I use usually options. Trinity is okay as far as it is flexible. I don't want to use a hard product. You wouldn't want to use acrylic. But you want to use something that's a bit flexible because you're going to put it in shoes. But Trinity, if you're putting it as a thin layer, it actually has a little bit of flexibility, so it would be okay too. But I use usually options clear and OptiBond. And so you would prep the nail, use some OptiBond, cure, and then I build the nail out over just the toe, basically, because she has all this toe in front of where her nail flips up. And I just build it out. I'm not extending it. I'm not using a form. I'm literally just giving her a toenail just to the end of her nail.
Okay.
Are these too long? I don't think so. I think these are okay.
Well, when you give me back my nail, I'll let you know.
Might be a little bit long.
Well, let me see. Let me see.
Well, this one was shorter, so it was going to get shorter no matter what.
Karen asks, what kind of tips? Full cover tips or what?
So for that technique I'm talking about where you would apply the tip and then cover it, those are full coverage tips because you're not blending the tip in. So the whole point of a half well tip is because then you're going to blend your tip in so then it looks invisible like you have a natural nail run out. Most of the time people now are using full well tips if they're using a tip. But I've never tried to blend a tip applied with Trinity. That's a half well tip. You might be able to. I've never tried, so I can't say that I have. But I would think it'd adhere okay. If you needed to. But
Ashley, I do better with an acid primer, but I don't think Accents makes one. Do you have any recommendations that would work with that brand? Trinity is great for my clients, but it doesn't stay on for me.
so if you are finding better success by using the acid primer, that's fine. I have found that using no primers, I get the best results. And I was a heavy user of acid primer and a Fix-It, which is the non-acid primer. I would use both, one after the other. And then I would get a little bit of lifting with Trinity. And then I stopped using the primers and I got no lifting with Trinity. So now I use no primers because I've found that it actually gives me the best overall results. I do carry an acid primer on my website. Just carry No Lift is your standard acid primer. Because there are a lot of people who still like to use them. But I did find that as long as I'm prepping properly, I actually get better results using no primers than I would when I was using primers. So I stopped using primers.
I'm sorry, I don't think I've ever seen you use a primer on me.
I used to back when I think I stopped when I was at Country Village and I started having to try Trinity because
And I didn't
Accents
know
was...
you then.
You didn't come to me when I was at Country Village?
No, it was just after you had moved here. And you opened your books up
But
again.
you were at the scuba shop like 3 doors down.
No, I wasn't at that scuba shop. I don't know there's a scuba shop in Bothell.
Oh.
I was at the dive shop in Linwood over here.
Oh, I thought you were at the one that was in...
Mm-mm.
Oh, my bad. There was a dive shop like 3 doors down from my old salon. Anyway, when Accents was discontinuing natural, and I still carry it because I literally make the chemists make me an entire batch at a time, which is why I'm the only one in the country, in the world, that still carries it. Because I have to do a whole batch at a time. But I was like, I can't use anything else. What do you mean I have to use something else? I can't. Like, I've been using this for, 15 years. Don't make me
This is
use
all I
something
know.
else. Yeah, and so I was real frustrated because I would go to trade shows and try everything when a company put out a new gel and be like, nope, still doesn't work like natural, and nothing worked like natural. And so it drove me crazy that they were discontinuing a product that nothing else works that way. So I had to teach myself to use Trinity and to learn to flash cure and not hate life. I kid you not. I hated it. It was real hard for me to get used to.
Okay. Linda says thank you for that ski nail stuff. And then Gigi, hi, can you use Trinity on short nails, like 1/2 inch of free edge?
Oh, absolutely. I have clients that have no free edge, and I use Trinity on them all day long.
All day, every day.
All day, every day.
Trinity is definitely your go-to now.
Trinity is my go-to now. I got real used to just the Flash Cure. And because I don't have, with natural, I have to use both primers and a bonding gel. That's 3 steps that I eliminated with going to Trinity. So after I got used to it and found that nobody ever lifts, it's very, very rare. I have 2 clients who do lift on the free edge, but they lift on the free edge no matter what I try on them. I have yet to find anything, and I try different stuff, and sometimes I suffer for it because it was a real bad idea and it did not work on them and it made it worse. But they lift on the free edge no matter what I do. Other than those 2 people, everybody else, 100% of the time, I don't have problems. So
Okay, she said, sorry, I meant less than 1/2 inch.
yeah, I have people that have it down to nubbins. Like my client today, she's my red once a year client. She wears blush every single appointment all year except for 1 appointment span, 2 weeks only. Sometimes 1 week. She couldn't take it 1 year of red. And so I saw her today, but she's like, make them bleed. Like they want them so short, so short. So yes, you can go as short as you need to go and still use Trinity for your base layer, and it's good.
More on that one?
Huh?
Joanne.
Sure. Joanne Keller, hello.
Thanks, Jess, for getting back to me about order 2, Spectras and the wrong football bit. I'm 75 and busy, but a bit ditzy.
I love you. You're hilarious. Yeah, it's surprising that's why I put on a lot of people order the wrong football bit, but sometimes occasionally they get the right one. Or they order that one on purpose, so that's why I still have it. But if it's not Black Friday, I usually will text someone and be like, are you trying to get the bit that I used in my video? Because that's not it. And so the description on my website say, this is Jess's bit.
Oh, okay.
On purpose, because that happens a lot.
Thank you. Jennifer asked, do you reuse nail files?
I use them to take the edges off for my next client. So I always throw them in my drawer. And then if you saw when I started earlier, you'll see that I was using my old file to prep the new file. So I try to do that. It's very important to prep your files on edges so you don't make someone bleed.
So no slicey dicey.
No. All right. I'm checking. I feel like this pinky might be a little bit on the long side. Might be okay. How do they look? How do they feel? Give them a squeeze.
Daggers.
She's very excited.
Daggers. Yes.
She's happy. So now at least they're coming straight out.
Which is gonna feel so weird for like
instead of like the hook situation, which she usually has to deal with. So I'm just going to look at these from the side view and try to make sure that my shaping is how I want. And so I'm looking at it from this perspective to make sure that I have a nice slick amount. Sometimes I end up with too much product right here when I start filing. So you can see right here is just a little bit much. And you can't see that looking at it from the top. So you've got to turn your file on its side to check your side perspective.
Contort the client's hands.
I mean, I contorted too, and I have a broken back. So, hey.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
We're both contorting. Hi, Terry. Look what she did. That's when you fire clients.
You will never fire me.
Okay.
At least I got that going for me. One, I spoke up and told you
Did
about
I
it.
tell you the one that I had to fire in February about me, that long
Oh
mail?
my gosh.
The long letter?
Yes, you mentioned that.
Kind of funny.
Linda says your hand filing skills are amazing.
Oh, thanks. Hi, I watched all your stuff in Iceland. I was jealous. It was lovely there. All right, so she bumped this. I told her it was okay, but really, let's look at it and see if we need more product in that spot because she smushed it.
At least I admitted it.
She did.
I did not
I was
just
prepared.
try and hide it.
All right, I think I'm going to need more.
Michaela's asking how your back is doing. It has been quite a few hours since we
I know.
discussed your back.
Not quite a few hours. It's 9:25. Wow.
We're going on almost 2 hours now.
Well, I mean, a lot of nail techs take 2 hours to do full sets, right, techs? It's really not super abnormal for nail techs to take 2 hours.
Well, it's also one of those where you're on video this time. You're answering
Yeah,
questions. We're focusing on
Well, I
that.
had to remove, and removal's a good half hour, 40 minutes when I'm doing as much removal as I was.
Yeah.
Um,
But yes, you're back.
it's fine.
It's attached.
I'm alive and well.
How much longer before you find out what the next step is?
If I have to
there's
have
a next
surgery?
step? Yeah.
They don't plan to do surgery if my pain is controllable
Okay, this
after
is good.
3 months. And I feel like I'm already, controlling it okay.
Okay.
Let me check this nail, see if this is long enough.
Terry says, I miss your face. Iceland was amazing. And Jennifer says, I averaged 2.5. I hate rushing.
Barely. I'm going to have to shorten that a smidge. I put that in. I was checking the length of this middle nail, and I like to get these pretty close together anyway. So this one is a bit long, which is fine because the other one's also...
I mean, in reality, these are
length.
pretty long for me in a way. But I'm fine with it. I'm excited. I'm happy. I just remember when I didn't have long nails at all.
Used to be all... Don't let him be past my fingertips.
Take them down! Now
They
I'm
grow
like,
out of
if
it.
I see my nail beds, I really just don't want to. I finally grew up. Aren't you proud of me? And over Thanksgiving, actually, Ryan's both nephews were there, and one of them brought their girlfriend, and we were comparing nail photos and nail designs and everything. And
Really?
yes, she did say, "Wow, some of those are some crazy colors." I'm like, thanks. Yes,
Okay.
yes, they are.
Crazy colors. Oh, just pictures you've taken of your nails?
Yeah, the designs you've done, color combinations, stamps, stickers.
All the things.
Jennifer says gel is so much easier to file.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how people that do acrylic, I don't know how they do it. It just, so much more work to file. I couldn't do it. There's no way. It's like, this is like filing butter for someone that files acrylic.
Well, and with that being said, does that mean it's easy to overdo it if you're not?
You do have to have a more gentle hand, and like you saw that I just did a little bit at a time, because
Yes.
if I just go crazy, I could overfile that length, and now I'm shortening everything. So I'll do a little bit at a time, and
That's why you yank my hands so often and drag them together and push them next to each other.
yeah, length check.
Karen is asking, and actually this is a really good question, so how long before her nails will start to hook again?
So she should get about 2 months before we really notice a hook, I would say. Wouldn't you say about 2 months before you start to see it really grow out enough to start hooking?
Yeah,
'Cause that's about here.
a month and a half.
Maybe a month and a half.
2
She does
months.
grow really
Yeah,
fast.
that's why.
So she'll have this grown out in 2 months. So you'll see it hooking again by 2 months. So probably 6 weeks. So it's not, you're not going to be doing full sets on clients that often. But the first one that starts to look really bad, we might take it off and redo the one nail, and we'll play that game again for a while. But sometimes it just gets too much, which is why we decided for New Year's, for Christmas.
Yes.
And you work so hard for me.
Oh, shucks.
You have to work for me at the end of the year.
Oh, you mean...
New Year's.
Oh. Well, I was thinking the bullshit Black Friday.
No, it's over. That's over.
It's over, thank God. It's all over.
No.
Yes. I do both, but next year I only offer gel. My neck is starting to give out. Jess's nails have been some of my lifetime favorites. Oh, yes.
Aww.
And yes, Jennifer, neck and back. Yeah, it's
not a job for the weak.
No.
I feel like I'm missing a little bit there. Give me. Yeah, it's tough to do nails. And I think, the couple of clients that I have that have gone to nail school and then get out and then don't do nails, I think they realize that, it's just a lot easier to look at it.
Michaela says, dang, I'm all e-file. I don't know how you handle that much by hand. I only do fine touches by hand.
I consider this my fine touches because I'm shaping. If I had to remove a lot of products, I get out my e-file. Like if I sculpted a ton out and I needed to just shorten. But there's really not a ton of bulk I'm removing. It's a lot more shaping going into what I'm doing, and I can't shape as
The finesse of it.
finely, with the e-file. And it's just, I try to do both, and if I just try to take a little bit off with my e-file and then pick up my hand file, it just takes longer. I've had to send in my e-file for maintenance and didn't have it at all and had to do the entire service with my hand file, and I've found that it takes me the exact same amount of time. So, do I prefer to use an e-file? Well, removing product at the beginning of my appointment? Absolutely. But if I'm finishing a full set, no. I want to fine-tune all the shaping with my hand file so I can be real gentle on it and not overfile something. I'm staying in camera pretty good, you guys. I feel like my head keeps hitting this, but at the same time, like, if I keep moving, if I keep my head on the camera, I'll know.
Until you keep being like a dog and just moving it further into the lap
With my eyeballs.
or something.
I know. When I used to use my phone, I just kept it here. But
Yeah.
this is, I gotta mess with it. I think I need to turn
Do you think
Turn it
turning
around.
this way?
Yeah, I think I need to
Like-
flip around. I'm not going to do it right now because
Well,
it'll
no.
make the screen upside down. But next time I'll flip it upside down, and then it'll be fine.
Allegedly. We'll see.
I mean, it wasn't this close to my head last time.
I don't know what to tell you. I am new to this. Megan has joined. Hello, how are you doing?
Hola. It's Megan.
Uh,
Megan O. Hi. I'm well. I hope you and your mom are doing well. Mother-daughter nail techs who are very awesome
Oh, very nice. Oh my
in
God,
Oregon.
such daggers. I'm going to be careful taking my eyeballs out tonight. Oh my God.
You love them.
Well, actually, wait. We've started December. If I tear these, I can take them out and just put a fresh set in tomorrow. I'll be fine.
Just don't tear those ones.
Yes. That will be the key. And that was something I had to relearn all over again when I started having longer nails, was how to take out my contacts. Because the way I used to take them out
Pinchy?
does not work no more.
Pinchy?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm very blessed that I have not lost my eyesight yet. Speaking of, hey Jessica White, how's your eyeballs? See if she's still watching. We were on the cruise and she's like,
Oh no. Oh,
yeah,
no, she's
like overnight.
No.
And I started dying laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what happened to Jared. Like overnight. Lost your eyesight.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, I haven't had good eyeballs since I was 7th grade was when they started to deteriorate. Yep. Next time I get a full set, I am so bringing myself a beverage.
You could have told Jared. He would have brought you something. He's good for something, usually.
Long, flowy locks.
Well, he brought my Christmas trees out today. He went to the property to go work on the property today.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, they have a flood warning because the rain is so hard right now in the Monroe.
It's horrible.
And then B, he was out there and he's like, I'm not even going to be able to see the tape measure because it was raining so hard.
Well, then turned right back around and came home, eh?
He turned around and came home. He's like, I'm just going to put Christmas up. I'm like, all right, I understand. Damn it, still not good. Jason told me I need to make a Welcome to 40.
Oh, I can
Yes.
do this now.
Yes.
I don't have the foils on now, so Jennifer says, speaking of eyesight, I recently developed floaters. They drive me crazy the first few months. Now I don't pay them any mind. I get floaters really bad when I'm tired
What the
or
hell is floaters?
super stressed. So for me, my floaters are just little black dots that float back and forth. They're floaters. They're that's what they call them. They're floaters. Like
I've
you just
never
get
heard
a
of
black
this
dot
before.
that just. Well, I get a black dot. Some people get white. Some people get just like the mirage of different, like just different.
Well, good. At least if that happens to me, I don't think I'm dying because I would have been like,
Oh no, trust me.
what
I
is
freaked out
going on?
first. I called my mother and she's like, "You're going blinder." I'm like, "Thanks, Mom." So no, floaters are absolutely annoying. But again, when I'm really tired, I get mine, and that's when I know. Or sometimes I get them before my migraines when they hit. So that's definitely not fun. Megan says my mom uses the side of her fingertip to slide her contacts out.
Yeah, I think that's what most people do. Is they
see, and I don't.
cover them up that way now.
I'm now starting to use my knuckles in a way. I hold my eyelid down. I use my knuckles really like gently and pinch together. So I've seen so many people do things so many different ways. And thank goodness I have, or else I would still be stuck with short nails because I would never have been able to evolve and adapt. And I refuse to wear my glasses more than my contacts. So. Oh, Megan, floaters happen as you age. It's caused by the fluid in your eyes changing viscosity. Oh,
Interesting.
I'm not that old, which sucks. I'm just that blind.
Well, I just didn't even know about them.
Oh, and floaters are very common. Megan says it's also raining like that there, too.
Yeah, I heard Portland, she's down near Portland, was going to get all of December's rain in 3 days.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Whatever is lovely join says, was this my lucky day? Oh, yeah, and they get blurry blobs. Yep. Man, we have gone full circle. We have gone... you never even answered the question. What is your favorite Christmas movie?
Well, I told you.
I'm
that there's
horrible.
some
I
really
came
good
right
ones.
back around.
I do have to say, though, I think Jess White said It's a Wonderful Life, and I said It's Terrible Life, because I don't understand how that movie is supposed to be good. It's depressing and sad, like 99% of the movie, and then the last 5 minutes, they're like, oh, isn't everything so great? It's wonderful. You were depressed and cranky the entire movie. That is not A Wonderful Life. I don't understand that. Me and Jared have had this debate. He wanted to watch it for Christmas. I'm like, but it's so depressing. He's like, not the end. I'm like, yeah, but the whole 2 hours in between. I don't understand how that's so supposed to be so wonderful. I like the original Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, yes.
That's a good one. That's a classic.
Yes.
I grew up getting to watch it, luckily, in color. My mom had recorded it off TV. They had like a Technicolor day or whatever, and we had a VHS of it forever in color. And so then I think it came with the newer Miracle on 34th Street, and it was in black and white. I'm like, I want to watch it in black and white. I always had it in color. But then I don't think we had it anymore because it was a VHS. And so I don't even know if we still have access to the color version of it.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. We're talking about blindness now, and it's different floaters, a whole life, clear with a little outline. Oh, yeah. And then I also have depth perception issues. Try hand painting nail art with tiny detail brushes. Oh, yeah, with depth perceptions. Oh, eyes watering.
I would be all about the stamping and the stickers, and I still am.
And Megan, Die Hard is my favorite Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever's left
Probably
says
what my husband
same.
would say. That's probably what my husband would say.
I finally have a fantastic eye doctor who has gotten me the correct glasses. Oh, it's such a game changer when that happens, Karen. Oh my gosh.
I would like Jared to have like actual glasses, but he just gets all readers and we don't know what strength his eyes actually need, and so some of them are
Go
like
to Costco.
half readers and some of them are other readers.
To Costco.
I know, but getting actual glasses for him, he would lose them every minute, so.
Ooh, Christmas Vacation is always a must-watch. Yes. I agree it's an awful life movie. Can't stand watching it. Oh, no. The floaters just appeared out of nowhere one day. I woke up with them and immediately drove to the nearest hospital. I didn't know.
Yeah, see, I would have just thought I was dying.
Doctor said it said it's normal and is only way to permanently get rid of them is through surgery. No. However, they don't recommend. Yeah, because high-risk procedure. Yeah. So yes, you just get used to them and you overcome and adapt. Oh, Christmas movie is The Muppets Christmas Carol. Oh, I haven't. Whew. Dang. Oh, stamps and stickers are definitely a huge help. 2 pairs of glasses, one for up close and one for distance. Yeah.
And Jared will have both of them for up close, and he'll just put one in front of the other one.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, game night can be real fun sometimes, because if it's a card that has too small of writing, he will grab another pair of glasses and put them in front of the other glasses.
Oh my gosh. Rick won't wear his readers, buys the wrong stuff at the store all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I love the memes or videos and stuff of partners sending their partners to grocery stores, but they print out all the pictures of I want this specific one. Don't read the words, just find the picture. Mm-hmm. That's the running joke in my family, especially with my dad if he has to build something or assemble something. I always try and find the instruction manual first and see, oh hey, it's got pictures. You can follow this. I swear. And I thought I was a visual one. Mm-mm. But at least now I know where I got it from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's way longer. The thumbs, I don't want them to be too long because you overgrow them.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm, give me.
My dad has lost 4 pairs of glasses, keeps getting lucky and getting low-cost replacements. Man.
I could not count the number of glasses Jared's lost.
For as blind as I am, it's about $700 a pair of glasses.
Yeah, no.
Without insurance, mind you. Even with insurance, it's $500.
We were getting them on Wish. Let's put it that way. Mm-hmm. Just randomly picking like different prescriptions.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
No! You guys go to Costco enough. Just
I know. And he has some from Costco too. I didn't say he didn't have ones from Costco. I just said he also had them from Wish. Because we have lots and lots and lots of them. Alrighty. We are filed. We are evened out. All is well with the world. What else are we doing? So, yes, we're doing designs now, Jennifer. Sorry, thank you for your patience. We are just now done with her full set, so we are going on to color. And we are going to be doing intuitive. So we messed around with colors a little bit before we got on because I wanted her to decide what she wanted because sometimes it takes a while.
as she says with love.
I do. So we decided that she wanted kind of sparkly green, but not this bright of sparkly green. Let's go over here. Sparkly green, but not quite this bright. So we put it on top of this color, which is intuitive, and on top of fortune. And she likes it on top of this color. So we're going to do that. And then I think there's going to be some snowflakes and
Candy canes.
candy canes. So we do need some red.
White candy cane over green.
Can I do candy canes the way I do candy canes?
How do you do
You just want me to stamp white over the green? Okay.
That's what we did a couple years ago.
All right.
I don't want
so
red.
all
I
green.
don't want red.
She wants no red.
I don't want red.
All green nails, and then we'll stamp white over the green.
Please and thank you.
I mean, I could hand paint candy cane stripes, but stamping looks way better. So I'm going to do one nice coat of Intuitive, which is a very nice green. I just want to get it pretty even because I'm not going to do 2. My second coat's going to be the glitter. Does anyone get some... Yeah, Skyjo. Oh, you haven't played it yet. It's a terrific game. If anyone's looking for a good family game, I taught Jessica White Skyjo because I always teach her games, kind of whether she wants to learn them or not, when we travel and do things. And Skyjo I discovered in June on our trip to Europe. I wanted to get a new game, and...
Oh, was that the one you were telling me about?
Possibly.
That, with Jared?
Oh my gosh,
night?
yes.
Oh my gosh.
I have the funniest video because we played it and I taught my mom and she loved it. So then the whole time we were in London, we'd be up after walking around doing stuff. We'll go back to our room and I'll make dinner and then we play Skyjo. Because it's like, Mom, what do you want to do? Skyjo. So we played like every day. And one night, my mom had bad sciatica kick in, like super bad sciatica kick in, to where she was just having a hard time walking, even just sitting, like just hurt all the time. So I luckily had some Tramadol and some ibuprofen, and so she took stuff. And at one point, like, Jared goes to the bathroom, and Jared's been drinking all the beer. So he goes to the bathroom, and I start dealing my mom out her 12 cards, because 12 cards you put in front of you. Deal her 12 cards, and she starts flipping them over. Your cards are supposed to stay face down in front of you. And she starts flipping them over, and she's like, I don't want this one, and I don't want this one. And I'm like, Mom,
Mama's cheating.
what are you doing? And like, if you know my mom, she is so not a cheater. Like, she will barely cross the street unless there's a light on, which my lovely friends will laugh about because this last weekend I did lots of crossing streets without the lights turning on. But yeah, she's very straight-laced, doesn't drink, doesn't do anything, like, nothing. And so she's just like, I don't want this one, and I don't want this one. And I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? And she's like, I don't want those ones. And I'm like, well, if you're going to do it, I'm going to do it. And so we very quickly, while Jared was in the bathroom, decided to make sure that our hand was great. So it's a game of like 0 through, negative 2 through 12, I think. And you want the lowest numbers possible. So her and I, our decks that are face down in front of us, they're all zeros or negatives. And so we continue playing the game, and I videotaped it, and it is so funny because after a while...
He's really totally not really catching on.
Totally not catching on. We're halfway through the game, and somehow he's gotten rid of 2 whole rows, and if you get rid of a row, then those points don't count against you. So he's doing really, really well, and we haven't gotten rid of any rows, but all our numbers are still zeros or negatives, and he's like, come on! Come on! And then I actually drew a -2, and I was like, oh, nice. So then I gave up a 0, and he's like, come on, this is BS. And he's like, points at my mom, you're B, points at me, you're S, this is BS. It was so funny. And we get through the whole game, and then you flip over the last of the cards, and he's like, no way, because they're all zeros and negatives. Oh, it was so funny.
It was priceless to watch.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Oh my gosh, it makes us laugh just rewatching that video, and he didn't get it. And the next day we're walking around somewhere, and he's like, I cannot believe that game last night. I'm like, what? And he's like, I just can't believe you guys had the best luck. I'm like, we stacked the deck, and he's like, your mom? And I'm like, it was her idea.
It wasn't me.
It was not me. And he was like, no. And I'm like, I didn't do it.
I just followed.
It was so funny. So yeah, if you're looking for a new family game for the holidays, Skyjo. It was down to $10 Black Friday. It might still not be very much. On Amazon. It's sold out a few times, but I think right now they're back in stock. But anytime we teach anyone how to play it, they love it. My mom's taught her friends. They go
Oh,
home,
dang.
send pictures of them 2 days later playing it with their husbands, showing them how to play it. It's one of those, like, once you learn how to play,
You're addicted to
you're
it?
kind of addicted to it because it's strategy, but also a bit of luck and, like, kind of just overall just a really fun, easy game. So again, this is intuitive since we're blabbing about non-nail related stuff, but I was just painting a color, so it wasn't very exciting. All right, intuitive. It is such a pretty color. It's
This
a
is
neat
the
one.
Base for it.
So now we're going to go ahead and do green. This is Glitter Bomb, and you can get True Green. This is True Green, or green. So they originally labeled them green. Now they're labeled True Green. So
It is
don't get
green.
confused. It is the same. And I'm going to be putting this on and then dragging it off because she doesn't want it quite so bright. So in order to let that color underneath kind of come through, I'm going to apply and then pull. So putting it on and then really kind of just pulling off a bit so that it leaves a different base color. So it's not quite as bright as if I did this all by itself or on a bright green. Did you see?
Oh, yes.
She's happy.
Yes.
So,
And it's glitter, so you will.
it's glitter. Glitter's always good.
Yeah, for me.
But it really just changes that color. So we checked it over Fortune, which originally was what I thought she was going to choose. But she decided it was just too dark.
It was definitely a bit too dark. I still wanted to have some
Like
light
Christmassy-ish
green. Yeah, I
green,
just
but
didn't-
just not Kelly green.
I did not want scream in your face green.
So you can, by just applying this nice and thin over a different color, you can help change the tone. So by doing it over the intuitive, we get a little bit less of a Kelly green.
Jennifer says you're definitely going to get a lot of comments with a heart. Yes, I'm excited for it. Every time I get new nails, I've got a couple people that I work with that I always end up being like, yep, and I'm getting my nails done, and the next morning they don't really even say good morning or hi. They just like instantly reach for my hand. And they're like, what did you do this time? I'm like, well, here we go.
It's so funny when people, that's one thing people said COVID made nice, is that people stopped grabbing their hands as much. But it sounds like that's returning.
Oh, well, it might work, yeah. We're
Friendly folk.
friendly folk.
It's great color. So apparently we're doing snowflakes? The hollow snowflakes?
Should we do hollow or white?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You choose.
Hollow or white snowflakes?
Yes. And we're going to do white stripy candy cane stripes on a couple of them. Is that it? And then a couple that are just going to stay green?
I want stripes and snowflakes.
I want all of them.
I mean,
two
not so
stripes
much
and
on all
like
of
three
them.
snowflakes?
I just know my baseline. That's what I would like. You can do the
All right
rest.
then. Hi, Stacy.
Okay, everyone's saying hollow. So, okay.
Hollow.
So,
It shall be done.
to the lovely viewers. Oh my gosh, if you guys haven't gone to her site yet, and if you guys like the Grinch or love the Grinch, she's got some Grinch pasties that are adorable as ever, and I love them. You've got the newer Grinch or the traditional old style Grinch, and I am a fan.
You know, I just put them out, and so
When I was pulling
today
them,
is the
I was-
first day that anyone's seen those, so I haven't gone through any yet, but I'm quite certain they will adorn someone's nails.
Oh yes, I got so sidetracked every time I pulled some out for the sale. And the fact that there's Gucci Grinch as well always gave me a giggle.
Gucci Grinch.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm flaring my brush out with this, you guys. So when you're applying a glitter bomb and you want to remove it as you do it, let your bristles flare, and that'll pull off glitter as you're doing it. Okay, that's how you keep it really thin and not too much coverage. And And that way it can have that little bit of a different tint that shows through.
Oh, we do have a couple whites. They're saying that
Oh.
hollow
It's
might.
the battle of the white. Okay, YouTube's
Well, they're even.
saying,
They're literally even. I've
YouTube's
got
saying
two
white,
hollows. And I got two
and-
whites.
YouTube's saying white, and Facebook is saying hollow. Sarah says she wants this when she comes Friday. You got it, my friend. I shall make it so.
Oh, easy peasy.
I mean, there's no rules. You can have white and hollow.
Oh, best of both worlds. I see what they're saying, though. We're worrying that if the hollow would get lost in the glitter or anything.
All right, so I'm going to get my stamping plate out, which was real easy for me to find since my last client also did candy cane stripes. And my little stamping pad. This is from, I lost on my last trip, I messed up my case for this, so this just sits very carefully in the top of my drawer with my stamping stuff because it doesn't have the plastic case on it right now. Yeah.
Well,
So, I know where I could get a new one.
weird.
I know.
I think I know too.
I should do that sometime. But
Maybe one of these days it'll just appear.
it's true. All right, so this one is my favorite candy cane stripe. And what's kind of nice about it is if you're doing it and you want, a lot of times I'll do white, or a lot of times I'll do white or red, and then I'll do the opposite in this one, and then this one in green. So it gives you both colors. So you could do white and then just have the tiniest little stripe of red if you wanted to. But I don't even know if you want any red.
I will let you do what you want. As long as I get my stripies and my snowflakes. And it's minimal red.
I mean, it would be very minimal.
Okay.
Here's my travel bag. Let me see if this even stamps well on here. So I'm going to use Outshine on, which ones do you want? You want candy canes on here and snowflakes on the rest? What do you have in mind?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm so easy once she gets started. I just go, okay.
I usually like to stick ones like the candy cane stripes together. I don't know why. I just think it flows nicer. And then we will put the other ones on the rest. So I'm doing a coat of Outshine on the ones I'm going to stamp. I don't need to do it on the ones I'm going to put pasties on. When I go to do the pasties on those, I'm just going to wipe the tacky off so that they stick properly.
Whatever is lovely says, I don't know. This makes me miss the days of letting Jess do mine instead of doing them myself. It's always a multi-day process when I do it.
Who? Oh. What? Who said that?
Whatever is lovely. I don't know. I don't have a name. It's just their handle name is whatever
Oh,
is
there's
lovely.
nothing. Whatever is lovely.
And then Karen, yeah, it takes 2 days to do my own nails. And Megan, I have no nails right now.
Yeah,
I
doing
don't
your
have
own
mine
nails.
either. Jess is too far away for me to have her do mine. You have fans all over the world.
My friends. I love you, my friends. All right, so one of the reasons it's really nice to do Outshine is because it's real easy just to wipe it off if it sucks. Does your chrome get patchy over Outshine? I don't do chrome over Outshine.
And we've never done chrome. You've never let me do chrome.
I don't chrome very often because it's moody and temperamental and you go too long.
I'm getting better.
You're getting better, but
I'm
you
getting
still go a
better.
long time. So I'm going to first test this because I don't want to put white on and then have this not work, and then I need to do it again anyway. So what I'm testing here is to see if this red is going to show up enough. Does it look too dark? No. I think that'll look fine. All right, so let me show you that nail finished. You can tell me what you think. Now we will do the white part. Open sesame. hate when it doesn't pick up all the way.
Well, yeah, that'd be a little annoying.
Yeah, see? Now you can't even see the red. That's what I was worried about. So you see how the red is like gone because the white's so bright and then the red is not. So
Now we know.
now I know. So now I need to know if I have. So one thing you could do is do white first and then stamp over. But since she doesn't even care, I'm going to check this red. It's a metallic red. So it might give us a little bit more oomph. Oomph, you know. It might be a little bit more solid.
Can you use gel polish to stamp instead of polish?
Some say you can. I have not found success doing such things. There is some gels that you can use. So I carry the Blue Amber stamping gel, and that one is designed to stamp, which is really nice because sometimes, like right now, this white I think needs thinned out a little bit, and when it gets thicker it doesn't always pick up good, which is why it had that little bald spot just to drive me crazy.
Why wouldn't it?
Yeah, so that's why there's polish thinner, and for polish thinner to really work you're actually supposed to put it on in your bottle every time you use it because it's dissipating out.
One says I use Shine On for chrome and then top with Trinity, and they say it works great. And then I use the Wildflowers metallic top coat, then chrome, then file the edge. Thanks, Jess, for that tip. Then top with whatever top coat.
Yeah, it works pretty well. When I do chrome, I file the edge, and that makes a world of difference, and use Trinity as a top, and that really helps. Can you use gel polish? Oh, that was that question. A little bit extra white there I didn't want. See, it's just a little bit of red. What do you think? Is that good?
Uh-huh, I like it.
I like
Do
it.
you
but I don't
like
love
it?
No. I think it's because it's tripping me out a little bit. Because usually this is the green, this is the white or red, and then the other one's the red. So it's tripping me out a little bit. And I want this to pick up properly, and it's not. I might have to get a new white. A new white. Nope.
Number 2.
I know, but I thought I had a sticky white and sticky white would work good too. Actually, sticky clear, and then if I did red chrome. Let's see what that does. She's concerned. I see the concerned look.
Jess is going crazy, everyone. She's
Alright, this is sticky clear.
Well, this is pretty much what we did last time.
I don't remember what I did last time.
What did we do? Oh, with the when you use the chrome on the or not the chrome, you used the foil on the silver part of that plaid.
Yeah. This one.
That's not
Isn't
good.
it?
No,
It's not.
good.
It's not picking up.
No, it's not.
Go grab me a new number 2. I think it's time for big. I think it's time for a new stamping polish. Yes, please. And this red doesn't work very well for this, so I'm going to try a different foil because I still want to see if this looks good. Young Nail said, if you rub your stamp with acetone very lightly, it'll pick up everything. True. So the trick with stampers is that when they're brand new, a lot of times in the manufacturing process, there's a little bit of an oil that gets stuck on it. And I get yelled at from Clear Jelly Stamper educators for suggesting that people wipe their stamper with acetone. But I tell people all the time, like, wipe with acetone once and let it air dry. So if you have a new stamper, you don't want to do this all the time or it will break your stamper down. I have acetone and alcohol in my wipe. So you wipe it like that and let it air dry, and it'll typically pick up a bit better. What?
Number 2, not
Thank you.
sticky, right?
No. Although if I
You
use
trusted me to go
if
down
I
there and
use
not
sticky
screw up.
white, then it would be brighter underneath, but we don't need it to do that. So you can't really mess them up right now, to be honest.
It's me.
And
Don't challenge
you
me.
can't.
She says I can't mess up my nails right now, you guys. She's trusting this.
All right.
She's trusting me.
I love when I have nights like this where I have all the time in the world and I can just keep playing. So, welcome to Playdate. All right, so we're using a different foil. It's from my 50-piece collection. Just gives me a little bit something fun. If we're gonna do red, we should make it awesome. There we go. I just want to get rid of this little bit in the middle because for some reason it wanted to give you extra and I don't want extra. I want only that little bit. Okay, so now we have just the red stripe.
Oh yeah,
Pretty,
that
right?
stands out a lot better.
Isn't that rad?
Yes.
She can handle red when it's like that. Now we have a nice runny new white, which should pick up much, much better.
I heard Magic Eraser can help stamper adhesion too.
Sure.
Huh.
I don't deny it. Alright. So I'm going to do the other one, the white. Well, no, I don't want to do the white first. The reason I don't want to do the white first is because I don't want my foil to stick to the white. So I'm doing the red first so that the foil won't stick to the white polish because it would. So if you're going to try this, do your foil part first. So again, this is using sticky clear just to stamp this stripe part. And then just a quick push and pull, and that will stick it right to where you want it to. Okay, and I'm going to clean my brush. There's a little spot right there. Okay, and I'm going to do my white. And I love when it's a new polish and everything comes out just so much nicer. Most of it anyway.
Nothing is ever totally perfect.
I know, it is really hard to get a perfect pickup, but when it's like 99%, I'm happy. Okay, so now we're pastying. So for the ones that are going to be pasties,
We got white and hollow right there.
okay, so, oopsies.
Do we need to put any top coat on this to prevent
No,
this from...
I'll show you what I'm going to do. Patience, dear child.
Ah.
So my mom was so nice and put together my new book, and so she cut out the little purple card on the ones that are so that you would see them, because if it was just back to back with this, you wouldn't see it. So she did an awesome job. All of these are all Christmas and winter ones. All these cute little ones, some of them 3D. Look how cute that little guy is. So cute. Okay. You may remove.
Okay. Move.
Okay, so the other ones are just going to be just wiping the tacky off so that this sticks really well. So we're going to do, I'm going to mix these. So I'm going to do 1 or 2 of each. Here and there.
Ooh, that looks really good on camera. Oh,
Pick up. There we go.
oh yeah, that white stands out like a beast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That seems a bit big.
Why?
Okay. it melds in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I like
I
them
don't know what I'm
both,
talking about.
but I definitely think the white pops. So
The white, yeah, the hollow does
definitely
kind of
want-
hide away. Layering.
layering.
Oh, yes, is that? Can you guys see that? Is that? I don't know where the camera is. I'm on the bass ass N-word. That's how I learned how to say ass backwards in my family. Bass backwards. Yeah. Things got interesting in my family. I love YouTube. I'm watching on my TV. Full screen. Full screen. Hell yeah. Here we go.
Who said that?
Megan O.
Oh my gosh. that's
Yeah, the
awesome.
hollow does kind of disappear, but it's
It
kind of like a
disappears.
nice little hidden
So
tree.
yeah, it catches the light. So I put that extra little one in there so that at least you get the white. If it doesn't catch the light, you
Yeah.
still
You know.
but it doesn't have to be the star of the show anymore.
No.
Oh, that's the same one. I don't want the same one.
You know, and it never helps that I always try and watch what she's doing too, which means like we're combating with my own hands as to like, who's staring at what? Stop moving.
So you get
Just in
that little bit of-
4K.
Lord help me.
I won't say I told you so. Yes, yes. The hollow sort of disappears.
Who said they told so? Hey, I didn't make
Whatever.
the decision. I told y'all to make the decision. I wasn't making it. She wanted hollow, but I was like, got to do a little bit of both, I think.
Well, I
To
was
make
mostly
it
wanting,
show.
yeah, the white.
You wanted white.
I was mostly wanting white.
It was Jessica White. She wanted hollow.
Well, Facebook wanted hollow.
True, Facebook wanted hollow.
YouTube wanted white. So,
We did both.
we've got both. This will be by far the fanciest nails I've had in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Bougie.
Mm. Half.
So much.
Is he bugging you?
He's like, Roxy was sitting on your bed staring out the window. I'm like, trying to get me to get home faster? It's not going to happen.
We're playing today.
Mm-hmm. And I told him it was going to be a long one. So,
You've
but-
never had a long one. I mean, not for a very, very, very
not
long
for a
time.
very, very long
Not
time.
a couple of years. I feel like we haven't done it in a long time.
No, I mean, again, like we said, we replace the nails every now and again, like the couple of them, but never the full set. It's been a long time. Mm-hmm. Karen says that she loves how you're layering them and people are becoming inspired.
Good inspiration. What if we put a little mini snowflake in the middle of this one? Ooh, I like that.
Yes. Yes, queen.
Change my mind.
You get rehome. Oh, and I can't believe I had never used pasties until, what, just a couple times ago? Couple set?
I don't know, but I'm now gonna.
I can't even remember what I put on. Is the thing. Oh, that's horrible.
I don't know,
of me.
but now I'm doing this on all of them.
Now you're like, and we're off.
Now I.
Well, it's kind of like if you go and just put like a tiny gem in it, but you're not, so it's not raised or anything.
Yeah, and it just gives a background to the white. That's my jam. So pretty. Okay, give me that one back. I'm glad I didn't top coat them yet, because now I can... That one's too big. Come back. the medium ones, get the tiny ones. He's gonna giggle.
He may purr.
Oh my. Ooh la la. Alright. Alright, that one I think really does look done now. Let me have this one.
My January nails. I just had to get through freaking December. I can't wait to use that. This one Beauty Innovations one. I can't.
December, dude. I'm gonna make you. Just ignore me, I'm singing.
Are pasties different from stickers? Stickers always seem to lift on me.
Yeah, stickers are, it depends on where you get them from. So pasties are made to be super thin. So they should be really good. Once I top coat, it'll encase them really well. And top coat with Trinity. And that really kind of helps lock them in.
Are you going to do that for all of them?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So,
I just know that there's times like when it comes to stamping, you're worried about shrinking.
yeah, but I'll be showing how to make
Okay.
sure you're putting that in. Okay, why is this picking up all over the nail? Apparently, there's a little residual sticky layer from the Outshine that is in my way. I don't like it. That's good and wiped off because I don't want anything to stick to this other than my foil stripies.
Well, Michaela, I can tell you now, she has so many pasties. So many.
We
many.
have a filing cabinet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's for the pasties, for the 5 and 3D stamping plates. Jared built it. It's actually pretty damn sturdy.
I know. He's going to have to build another one. It's almost full. I don't know where he's going to put it.
Well, if it's almost full, then how come there was the one drawer I opened magically every time? Because they're not... She's got
Is there
so
one
many... with having them alphabetized properly. So if you're having to grab one, you're
We
kind
tried.
of going blindly.
If you want to come hang out in my shop and alphabetize.
No.
Yeah.
I have
why.
a limit.
I know. That's why it's not done. It's your fault.
Okay. Well,
That's
when you
on you.
get to the mountain and to the castle, or whatever you want to call it,
Not
we
a
will
castle.
figure it out from there.
Yes, lots of things will happen.
Yeah. Jennifer says I only use stickers and they never lift, but I use a base coat, then top coat that seals it all in.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do 2 steps, totally you could do that. I'm lazy and I just do Trinity and call it a day.
How do you use the 5D stickers? Can you use top coat?
I top coat over those as well, so they are bumpy and they're just not, but a lot of the time people like the texture.
Without losing the texture, so it sounds like
You lose
You
some
can-
texture. You do lose some texture, but you can still feel them. You can't. It's damn near impossible to lose all the texture because let's put this away for no reason. Sorry, trying to
focus.
touch up. What was I talking about?
Texture.
Faces.
We have to.
Yeah,
we
so
still get texture.
You're still gonna have texture. You're gonna have to put a pretty dark texture
Those are very well raised.
because they are very well raised. Yeah.
Megan asks, when I have issues with certain brands of stickers... Oh, wait, hold on. Not a question. But when I have issues with certain brands of stickers sticking, I put foil gel on the nail, then wipe the sticky layer off the foil gel, then apply the stickers. They don't come off. So
Awesome.
adhesion, adhesion, and adhesion.
Yeah. Yeah. Because everybody learns from everybody. All right. Just trying to get the little bits of white that didn't want to stick. Okay, so now we are done with art, and I'm going to prepare to do Trinity. Let me close up all my little bottles. That's it. Y'all
No,
are...
I am not touching anything.
Yes.
I've learned this is the point where I have to sit very still.
It's
As
pretty
a
hard to mess
fidgeter.
them up right now because they're kind of all dry, technically.
Technically, hey, it's me. I have messed many things up while sitting in this seat.
Mess. All right, Trinity. Top coat. Have you had hand-drawn flames before? We offer stamping flame plates We do have a stamping flame plate. I believe it's called Bougie, if I am remembering correctly. So when I am top coating a nail that I have removed the tacky from, or I have put outshine, that your top coat can shrink no matter what it is, because it's a slick surface, and I don't like shrinking top coat. So I tell my clients I'm going to do one nail at a time. When I shove you, give me your other hand. Okay. And then you just have to remember what hands you're on. So I'm just very light touch when I top coat this. If you are letting your bristles really flare, you're going to drag your top coat, which on the nails that have polish on them is going to cause smearing. So it's very important that you float your ball of top coat over the nail. So I am floating over the nail, not dragging. If you drag, you will smear. So you do not want to drag. Good, good, lovely. I love when the sparkle comes back out and you're like, ooh la la. Yeah, when you are at risk of pitting or shrinking, not for just a regular color application, it's not going to matter. But if you're stamping or doing art and things like that where you've changed the stickiness that your top coat is grabbing onto, that's when you will notice it. So one nail at a time. Doesn't take that much time to shove someone's hand in the light and tell them to switch. While they're switching, I'm getting my next bit anyway. So it's not taking more time, but you're giving yourself a better chance at a better finish. And with Trinity, I usually will give it a full minute cure after I get it on all the nails to make sure everything is super cured well, because it is my top coat and I want to make sure it's cured really well, super shiny. So it might not be necessary, but I do it, especially because I'm always testing different lamps. And like right now I have LeChat lamps in, and I think they work awesome, but I'm not gonna not. Oh, I'd rather over cure the top coat than under cure. Mm-hmm. Always. Because you under cure, then you don't have shiny nails.
Mm.
Nobody wants dull nails.
No. Unless you go for the matte effect.
Yeah, true.
That's when you do want dull nails.
I think this is probably my longest live ever because we were moved. And a full set.
And not having to do, that's a very big number, 1 million different types of layers of top coat. Yeah, 1 minute, because sometimes there's less shine at 30 seconds.
Yeah. And I don't want less shine. I want to make sure everything is super shiny. And depending on the top coat, like if it's just Luxio gloss, I know 30 seconds is going to be shiny every time. But because we have a product here that also has strength to it, it means that shine is not its only job. So for me, I just want to make sure that it is super duper shiny. Eye in the light. Sorry guys, my camera operator is failing.
Okay, I can say that it feels like a gazillion different types of layers in general, and then you add different top coats. I'll agree with you guys on that one. It can feel like it.
Yeah, so it's nice that you can use Trinity for your top coat. You literally can use Trinity for just about everything. My pot is officially empty.
Does it add any more strength? Or
it does, actually.
Like
yeah.
Using it as a top coat too?
It does, because it has strength to it. You are adding a little bit more strength.
Yeah, okay.
So if you're doing someone with like chrome or something, using Trinity as your top coat, it sticks better because it has the bonding to it, so it's going to stick to your chrome better. But then it also has the strength to it, so you get that added extra little bit of strength. And
Always
your shine.
love that.
Yeah, so it's not a bad idea to use for a top coat, but it takes longer. And, you know, as a nail tech, it's going to cost you more if you go through more Trinity, so
Do you have
I'm
enough?
not going to use it all the time. I have enough to finish your nail, and then I'm going to chuck it and get a new jar for tomorrow morning. Literally just enough to finish this nail.
Woohoo! I know you mentioned you were out. I didn't even think
It
about
was
grabbing
low.
any more
Yeah.
when I was down there. Is it a no wipe? Trinity isn't a no wipe.
No, it's not. It has tacky layer. If you're dealing with a no wipe, it means you can't add another layer unless you're buffing the nail. And with Trinity, if you're building a nail, you don't want to be buffing a nail between every layer. So having a no wipe Trinity would probably be not great because it's not going to stick to itself as well as if you wipe it. But I don't mind having a wipe layer. Honestly, they tend to have shine last longer than the ones that have no wipe. To the go.
If I know I'm doing chrome, going in, I start with a thinner layer because I know I'll make up for it in the top coat.
Smart.
And Megan says, you won gelled chicken tonight.
Gelled chicken.
Yeah. Don't know if you have enough. Head on.
Right? I know. It's true. Like, scraping the bottom of the barrel just enough
That's the
to top
most I've
coat.
ever seen you scrape the bottom of a
I will
Trinity
scrape
jar.
it. I will bind that last little bit to finish my set and then be good to go. So she's just in there for her last little smidge of a cure. It's the only time I ever wait for the light. My impatience gets the better of me. Put away my forms.
Got the pasties that need to be put away.
Oh yes, let's put away the pasties. In my book. I do have some new books coming. I think one of them's even a spiral book for people that want more of a spiral situation.
I think they were closer on this end.
There's some Louis
show
Vuitton.
'em.
Do, 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 do. I need you. White. And hello. This one just doesn't stay shut with the bone. It's the
No,
only
it doesn't
annoying
have a
thing.
snap.
All right.
Okay.
Let's wipe these bad boys clean because they are. So next time I'll try carrying longer. That might help. Yeah. Years ago because they were never in their shiny, always came out dull. So the other thing is often people don't finish correctly. So once you wipe your tacky off, you have to realize that there's tacky on this wipe now after I wiped from here. And if you're doing all 10, you have a lot of tacky on the last few. So I would have people that would come back to me and say, this nail's not shiny. And I started figuring out that if I just used my cuticle oil,
Not in frame.
sorry, if I used my cuticle oil and wiped it with my table towel, it removed any residual tacky that is causing the dullness because it's actually not the top coat that's making it dull. It's the little bit of residual tacky on the nail. So do your oil, and I have a lap towel always on my lap, and you want to wipe that in and give it a quick rub, and that's going to remove any extra residual tackiness that might be on the nail. This doesn't work for your no tack top coats. If you do this, you will find that it will dull. But if it's a top coat that has a tacky layer, it will turn it super, super, super shiny. So super helpful to do that step.
Is that in? I can't even tell where the
You're
camera
up here.
is.
You're there.
I would. Jess and I are now fighting each other over where's the camera.
There it is.
Got it.
Towards you, towards me. Oh my my gosh. That's
What
pretty sad.
would have been really nice is if these cameras came with like little infrared lasers down there, so you could be like, "Oh, you're within your box."
I don't think it would
Wonderful.
matter. You would think that it wouldn't matter because, like, I can see, like, this is you, and it just doesn't even matter. It's just a problem
Yep,
every time.
it's just a problem.
It's my unpracticed self, having been a while since I've videoed on a regular basis.
Oh, that squeak though. Yes, the squeak when it's all clean and shiny.
Yeah, it's a really good top coat if it will squeak when you do that last little bit. I always go through and just hit the underside with my file to make sure, because there was a little tiny smidge of top coat that had come down there. So this is just to make sure there's nothing that's going to catch and that it's completely sharp and perfect on the bottom. If it was a square nail, I would hit it with my E-file on the end. But when it's an oval nail, there's no reason to do that.
I remember when you used to do that.
Yeah, well, when you used to wear square.
I used to have square. I have grown up in so many different ways.
Oh, Randy, everyone says they're so beautiful. Yay, I'm glad you guys like them. They did turn out quite fun. And now she does not have hooked nails anymore.
No, I do not.
So, there they are.
And I love how I always end up choosing colors that match my ring.
They turned out quite lovely. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for this very long presentation of how to get new nails on Lexi. There's a little bit of polish right there. Doesn't want to come off, so now we're going to buff it. Sometimes there's a little bit of, like, gel or something that's on there. All right, now it's gone. Now we're done.
Beautiful!
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you for joining us and hanging out with us tonight. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for everyone on YouTube and on Facebook for joining us. And enjoy your holiday season. And maybe I'll stop in when I do something else fun too. All right. Au revoir. Goodbye.